Yo, salute, Nick Real Talk, man. Divine, about to get out my grind, hop in the Black Knight, about to make it happen, man. Nick Real Talk, we all over the place, about to get it popping. Divine, Bronx, Jedi, 7-6, the night show, the morning show. Nick's Real Talk, man, about to get in the Black Knight.
Nick's Real Talk, let's get it popping. We hopping like Toppin and the Jumpman brand, ain't no stopping. Divine and Bronx, Jedi, 7-6, we lit from Facebook, Twitter to Twitch, and all that shit. We number uno with the promo that blow like nitro. Now the streets are buzzing, so we flow with the night show, so spike them lights below. That thumbs up, run them up, and you double up, cause it's Nick's Real Talk, and we on the come up. We'll salute to the cats in the chat, that's where it's at. Now you place the chats, gonna paste that under space while faces at. We lace these cats with news, notes, stats, game recaps, and hyperbole, we straight facts. In fact, we say it lit like a candle throughout the handle on the panel. We violent, so subscribe to the channel. Nick's Real Talk. Nick's Real Talk.
Yo, salute everyone. I hope everyone doing well, man. Nick's Real Talk, man. It's a nice show. It's your man Divine. I'm in the building tonight, man. We're gonna go over the Knicks starting lineup in the second unit. We're gonna get into all that, man. But first and foremost, salute everybody. Hope everybody doing well. And you out here chilling on a Wednesday night home. Have a good day, man. Work, play, whatever you were doing at school. You had a good day, man. Everything was productive. Y'all ready to get in here and talk some Knicks, man. So salute to everybody out there. And real quick, before I get the show started, man, I'm a day late, but yo, let's give an RIP to my man, Mr. Michael K. Williams. Great actor, well represented real well, man. Y'all probably know him for Omar the Wire, played on Broadwalk Empire, man. We know that unfortunately the brother rest of power passed away. So we just want to give some love to him, man, because he's an inspiration to a lot of people out there who into the just being a productive human being. Period, man. Salute to Michael Williams. Great actor. Outstanding career, man, and like I said, man, rest in peace. But on the other note, man, salute everybody, man. Welcome aboard. Hope everybody doing well. Like I said, man, we about to get into this thing. New York Knicks, you already know. Salute to my man Tim and P. Nice. The streets of buzzing. Salute to you guys, man. Streets of buzzing. Thank you for having me on your show today. Real good show, man. Real good talk, man. I appreciate that. Yeah. So anybody get to watch the video, the streets of buzzing had a good show. I was on there today, man, representing with him, man. So y'all go check the streets of buzzing out and hit him up. My co-partner, he right now, BX Sports Jedi, doing the Yankees play-by-play and watch along. So he's been really tied up on that. So he'll be checking in sooner or later. But salute to BX Sports Jedi and the network and everything. Yeah, man. I want to get into this thing about the second unit. Could potentially be one of the best second units in the league. I want to get into the returning front line that we got between Mitchell Robinson, Julius Randle, and RJ Barrett. That they formidable. They're one of the better front lines up in the league right now. So we're gonna get into it, man, and we'll see how that translates and everything. But good, man. I'm here, man. Y'all make sure I like and subscribe. Knicks Real Talk. We in here, man, and let's get this thing popping. Yeah, man. So I was going over a few thoughts. So and I was thinking about our second unit, man. Projected second unit. That being said is Nerlens Noel, Obi Toppin, Alec Burks, Immanuel Quickley, and Derrick Rose. So I thought I want to get into that, man. See how they compare, against a lot of other teams out there in the league. With they backup teams. There's a lot of teams that good starting lineups in the league this year. But I don't know how that bodes as far as with their second team. You know what I mean? So I do know the Knicks got a pretty formula when they all returning. They all played together the past season, so they're pretty familiar with what they do. They were signed Alec Burks back, Derrick Rose, and Nerlens Noel. So they just took around $34 million and just spent it back on players who was here off the bench anyway. So I think that's we're going to get into that, man, and see how that translates and everything, man. But I think for as them themselves, they all had decent years last year, for sure. So we will go over their stats and break all that down, man. And I think it's a really pretty good starting second team, and I think so it's good. I think really a lot of them guys got a lot of chemistry together. They all play together. They know each other's ways and actions pretty well. So I think that does bodes well for them because they familiar with all their tendencies. Salute to my Alan Lee. I appreciate you. So I think they're familiar with all their tendencies. They know how each other roll. They know how they get down. They know they strengths and their weaknesses. They know what one like, one don't like. So I think it's going to be a pretty exciting thing to have that second unit chemistry and going to be able to just build off of what they had the past year. And and I'll bring up the stats and we'll go over that, man. And before the point guard, obviously Derrick Rose, familiar forward round, been around the game, man. Real sharp mind when it comes to basketball. Real quick, savvy, been around the game, youngest MVP ever to play in the league. Had a preferable injuries, but he overcame them and he's still in the league balling to this day. Quickness, savvy, could score the ball, shot the ball pretty better from 3-point range last year. So that was real good. He helped get the Knicks to that playoff run, man. When Derrick Rose came aboard last year, he helped elevate this team, man. And I think he did a great job as a veteran. Him and Taj Gibson, teaching Tibbs' system because they already knew what was going on with it, made it easier for them guys to communicate with the other people. So I think it was a real good plus. And I think Derrick Rose had a great year last year. I mean, I really did, man. Even in the playoffs, he, like I said, him and Taj Gibson, the veterans, are the ones that really, really put it up for us with a little bit of merger of Obi Toppin playing better. But, so I think he's a real part of that second unit. That's why they signed him back. And I think they're comfortable with what he can do, and they won't have to worry about too much when it comes to him. Because, like I said, he's been around and he's been on the team, so he knows. And plus, he knows the coach very well. And, I think when it comes to Immanuel Quickley, second-year player, coming off a decent rookie year, decent for not to have a training camp and a small training camp, and no summer league for him. And coming in, I think the first 3 or 4 games of that, he got injured in the hip. I think somebody elbowed in the hip. He was out for a minute. But, a little ups and downs. But talent-wise, he can shoot the 3-ball from short and deep. He penetrates real well. He got a nice little float game. And I'm quite sure he was working on that a little bit more this year because I know guys like that want to prosper and get better. Then he also, like I said, he worked on his point guard skills in the summer league where he was, got 7 here, 8 there. Some games he didn't get that many, but I think, he's qualified because, like he said, prior to him going to Kentucky, he was a point guard. Pretty much his whole career. He was a point guard. I don't know if I'm freezing out there. I'm sorry about that. Man, that's not good. But I probably froze up. Sorry about that, guys, on my end. But you know what? We like what Obi Immanuel Quickley brought to the table. Like I said, coming out of his rookie year, got to have a decent season, not great, but good enough. And you seen what he could do on the basketball court. Then this summer, he worked on his game, went to the select team, got to play with the select team. Got some practice in with them guys, being around them, all them savvy veterans out there. And so he had a good summer league. So you're looking for him to come back. You're looking for him to come back this year, having a better season. I think his game steps up a notch. So I think that's going to be interesting. I think his game elevates this year a little bit more than it was last year. Because first of all, he had a year in his belt. He's familiar with the NBA. I think that's impressive. And now to come in here at the backup 2 guard, I think that's so impressive. I think they got it. I think that's going to be fine. So I guess what I'm looking at, what's real important is that number one, he come back with a year on his belt, and number 2, he playing around some great veteran players like Derrick Rose and Timber Walker. I think that's going to be impressive for him going through the season, having 2 guys like that who know the point guard game in the NBA better than a lot of people, and able to be under their tutelage and under their wing, and prosper. So I think the 2 guard thing, and now with Alec Burks obviously coming back in, we re-signed Alec Burks for $10 million. A year with a team option for the 3rd. Alec Burks is a scorer. He can get some buckets when he's on the court. He had a little COVID situation last year and a little injury here and there, but I like to sign him myself. I think he's a bucket getter. He can also handle a point guard situation like he did last year if need be, if it came down to emergency. So I do think Alec Burks is going to bode well for the Knicks at the backup 3 as of right now. Projection, all this is projection, guys. It could change on any given day. But my projection, I think Alec Burks will do a phenomenal job coming off the bench scoring with Derrick Rose and being the two main scorers there, then having Quickley and Obi kind of fall in after them guys. But you got an instant 16, 17 for him and 14, 15 for him on any given night. So I think that's pretty impressive to have Alec Burks there, man. The guy can get the ball in the bucket. It was a good signing by the Knicks. I have no problem with it. And the good thing about it, and I don't even want to make it a negative, it's a movable contract if need to be to put him in the trade. But I hope the team that they bought here this year with him, I hope they ball out this year, and I think they will. I think they're going to have better chemistry, better dialogue on the court and everything. And so I think it's going to be impressive. And I'm going to bring my man KJ in the building, and he's going to get in the panel, man. So salute to my man KJ. What's going on, my brother?
Salute, chat. Devon, what's up, man?
What's up, big dog? How you doing, brother?
Finally got the basement back. Northeast we got bad, but we finally back. I didn't get it as bad as most people. I got about a foot of water, but it's still bad up here. But I'm back. Talk about our Knicks, baby. I'm ready. Sir. I'm here.
Yeah, man. Well,
guys.
Yeah. Well, everybody up in New York, like the brother said, man. I hope everybody recovered best that they can from that situation, man. That was pretty dire with that Ida thing. But the sun come out tomorrow, man, and y'all just keep grinding until y'all get this thing, get everything back that you deserve. And hopefully you can probably never get back to normal, but just get to where you could be feeling good about yourselves, man. But yeah, man, I was getting over the topic of the show was like the second unit, projected start, second unit. Are they in the tops in the NBA, which I do think so. If you go, position by position, I just got them right now. I'm at Alec Burks. Like I was telling everybody listening and watching in the chat, I think Alec Burks is a savvy veteran, could score the ball, good shooter. He can even switch at the one if need be for a period of time. And I think that was a great sign of bringing him back up. Our offense was at the lower echelon of the NBA last year. You know what I mean? And I think I can understand why they brought him back opposed to Reggie Bullock, because I think the Knicks was willing to sacrifice a little bit of defense for more scoring. So, and I think that's why they probably did that. And I just think Alec Burks, hopefully, if he don't, not missing no COVID situation last year with the protocol, and maybe this year he come in there pretty healthy and ready to go in gear, man. And I think him and Derrick Rose so far with Immanuel Quickley, because the guy I talked about, KJ, is pretty formidable though, to be honest.
I agree with you. I'm not sure who you projected yet. I think we all projected. We got Quickley. Mm-hmm. We have Obi Toppin. Correct. We got Alec Burks, we got Rose, and we got Noel, right? That's the right. Second five, right?
Right, that's what I projected, yes.
I'm honestly thinking now, I think for starters, what if they bring Mitch off the bench? It could possibly be happening between Mitch and Noel. Noel could go in that starter position and have Mitch come off the bench.
Absolutely. I think it's a possibility. I think that spot is open this year. I think it's up for grabs. But I do think at the end of the day, Mitchell Robinson is that dude. I just think that,
right.
Yeah, I just think he's that dude, man. And I think they gave Noel the $10 million because he's a role backup player. That's what Mitchell, even though he played well for us last year, but I think through a whole 82-game season, that might be a different tale. But I think Mitchell Robinson does so much, man. That we'll get into his stats later.
Right.
Before skipping away by it. But yeah, we'll talk about that, man. But you're right, though. It could be that way because it's an open competition.
Right now, I think we have, if not the best backcourt in the NBA. I think we have a veteran backcourt right now between Rose and Alec Burks. Showed you what he can do. I think he was hurt for 20, 30 games last year. We missed 20, 30 games of Alec Burks last year. So imagine them games that he missed. He was fourth quarter Alec Burks. We missed all that scoring from him. And the Knicks still wound up 41-31. So what does that tell you about our bench? Our bench is going to be the reason why we go far. And I think we have a starter's bench right now. Our bench is going to take us. The bench is definitely going to take us far this year. Yeah, and I think we compete with anybody. I'll put our bench up against any starting unit. Not saying that we could beat every starting unit, but we can give them a run for their money. I believe so.
Facts. Yo, real quick, salute to everybody. Yo, Slick TV, salute my brother. I see you. Pudge Nice. I see you. Canal. I see you. Tim Smith. I see you, man. Everybody up in there, the streets are buzzing. I got my man KJ in the building, man. We just talking, man. Nick's real talking. Yeah, I do think that bench is special, and I really think that having Alec Burks and my man there, like I said, is amazing. That you let them two be the top dog off the bench scoring wise. Then you let Immanuel Quickley and my man Obi Toppin get it where they can get it. I think that's so nice, and having a one of them centers in the back there to hold it down is pretty interesting. So for the fourth spot now I'm going to is Obi Toppin. Obi Toppin, great off season. Great off season this year. Got to get his work in, had a great summer league. I think he really he's putting work in now, and I see with the video, all of them putting in work, but he's doing his thing, and he's getting his work in, working on the mid-range. I've seen that early in a couple of the shows, backboard, bank shots off the left side. So I've seen him doing some extra things, in the last couple of days before I'm seeing videos out here. But I think he's interesting, man. I think like Immanuel Quickley didn't have to have a summer league last year, a semi-training camp. So, and then he came into the situation last year. Soon as he got here, first game, boom, entry. And then that set him back for a minute, obviously, because once you get injured, you got to come back and get your feet up, get your feet wet. It was the wrong time for him coming into a season where he just got here, didn't have, like I said, other things to do, like summer league and partial training camp. And I think that really set him back a little bit, man. And I think that played a role in his maturation coming out of the gate. Salute to my man, Sean Fleming. I'll see you, my brother. I'll see you. And I agree with that, but and it's going to be interesting for him, man. I think going to the select team with when Immanuel Quickley getting to play against Durant and them guys in that little short period of time was like being in training camp for him. You know what I mean? Right. Yeah, he's like being in training camp, going there, working against some top dogs in there, going up against Jason Tatum and going up against these guys in practice. That bodes well for you. And then to go into that summer league and exploded the way he did. I think he almost looked like the old Dayton Obi Toppin in that summer league. You know what I mean? So that was good to see.
Hey, Divine in chat, hey, get it, man. Look, if our bench and our team, right, we missed a lot of 3-pointers last year. We were a 3-point shooting team, right? Mm. And if we were on, nobody could keep us. If we were off, we was off. So imagine this bench and this team coming into this year. We see all the videos right now. Quickly looking, I saw a guard video he put up with him dribbling the ball. That's exciting as a fan. So now imagine these guys get on that court, that player, that first game or that first preseason game, and they just all out showing out. Even Kevin Knox put a video out. So it's like, can you just imagine October 5th if they all come in and they just go into the hole shooting? Like, what do we like? It's going to be amazing because my question is, if Julius Randle goes down, how far do we go?
Not far, to be honest.
Right, but what I'm saying is maybe I put the question wrong. I agree with you on that. But if this team is hitting on all cylinders, and say God forbid Randall go down, we might not go far, but I still think they'll work hard. It's and my thing is, we want to give Julius, just we're getting ready for a playoff run. Randall needs that rest because he's gonna go all out. Today, that you saw, I watched the NBA game last night. I watched the game. They were showing the Knicks on MSG from last year, RJ's greatest moments. Mm-hmm. Do you see the way Randall's body was last year compared to right now? That man look like an action figure out there right now. So my thing is he going a little too hard? He is, but I'm excited, man. And I just pray and hope he stays healthy this year, but I think we got a chance to go very, very far if everything stays the way it is right now. And I can't wait. We less than a month. We 42 games away. 42 days away. 42 days away to opening night.
Absolutely. Yeah, I think that that would be a tough blow. But I don't get me wrong. I still think we can make the playoffs. I just think we got to do it by committee. You know what I mean? I really do. I think the committee. And I agree, Elton Lee. If Randall go down, RD will have to become that dude. You know what I mean? I think he can. I just think that young man got it in him. You know what I mean? So But yeah, we definitely gonna. But that's what's good about having a deep team. You know what I mean? Because if you go down and it's not for the season, and he able to come back, we'll also wish that don't happen. But I think we got enough talent to sustain at least, stay in contention of the playoffs until he either get back. And I think we could do that for sure.
Right.
Yeah, so I think that, and I think that that's a big reason why we hope Obi Toppin getting back to the bench and the projector 5. That's why we really hope Obi Toppin takes that next step. Because if he take that next step, which I think Obi Toppin this year going to do I'm going to go on a limb and say 12 to 13 a game. I really do. I think his number goes up this year. I think Obi Toppin going to be a much more impact on the Knicks than he was last year. I guaranteed you that. You know what I mean? I think that kid, he's already old enough to understand. He's a mature young man. It's not like he's 19, 20. Obi Toppin number 23, 20, going on whatever, 24, I guess. But he's mature, and that's a good thing. You know what I mean? He's not one of them cats, who had a rookie year and he just sunk his head between his legs and like, oh man, I mean, he worked hard in the all season, what we expect all Knicks players to do since Scott Perry been there. He went to the all season, worked hard, and working on his game, and I think he comes back and he's way more comfortable, and he's gonna be much better than he was to me in his first year. I think Obi Toppin, and I was telling CT on the streets of Butler earlier, I think would be your surprise or some of that nature. And I said Obi Toppin. I said I think the young man is second year gonna be good. So him holding down that backup 4 for the Knicks, I think that's what that'll make that bench even more better, in my opinion.
And this is the reason why for preseason basketball, we may not see a lot of Julius Randle. Just for the reason we putting out right now, we have to see who's that other person that's going to be there. By chance, Julius Randle does go down, but even if he has a healthy year, we don't need to play Julius Randle 35, 40 minutes a game because our team is so deep. We need to see who else is going to give us that extra time. I really don't want to see Julius playing a lot this preseason. We already know what Julius, he proved himself already. What more does he have to prove? We need to see what the others are going to do. We got to see Bacon. We got to see Knox. We got to see these guys that's going to be on the fence. I really want to see those guys get more playing time this preseason because it's going to be a lot of competition.
Mm-hmm.
Playing other teams, they're going to be battling internally because they got to get playing time. And you know how Tibbs is, Devon, in the chat. Tibbs is sticking to the players that's only going to be playing. If you playing hard, he going to put you out there. If you ain't playing much, you ain't doing much, he gonna sit you down. He not gonna care. So I'm excited.
Yeah. I agree with you, and I think that 10 right now, you could say that 10 is pretty much set in stone, unless for some Grimes, the one who catches coming in and take somebody's spot. You know what I mean? They come in there and ball out that they take somebody's spot, then you going, it might not be.
Exactly, and that could happen. We seen it right in summer camp.
Absolutely. But then I look at that spot, I look at Noel. I had no problem with that signing. Nerlens Noel came here last year. It was the reason why we got to 41 wins. He was a part of that. He played a big role in that when Mitchell Robinson went down. Nerlens Noel held it down for 40-something games. You know what I mean? And he earned that contract. And I don't think he we wasn't going to sign him. A couple other people wanted him. Because he's the defense ball player. He came in there and picked it up when we needed him to. He's a veteran too. He's not no young. He's not a young veteran. He's been around, getting drafted by Philadelphia. 2012 or something like that, 14, and they drafted him, and he came in and he played for Dallas.
Sorry, chat. Devon keep freezing up.
Yeah, I'm sorry, guys. Let me bring CT in the building. But like I was saying with Noel, if I froze up, y'all didn't hear me. I think that $10 million was worth it, and I think he's going to have an impact on the Knicks team this year in that second unit with them guys, man. I just think that bodes well, CT, and Yeah.
Yeah, just lost you for a second. Yeah, you're back.
Yeah, okay. That Nerlens Noel thing, I think, was all worth it, man. I think it's going to be a valuable part of what we're trying to do on the team this year. I'm out. And forgive me, everybody.
Yeah.
You know, if I go out and y'all don't hear me, somebody could pick it up and just. I'm talking about Nerlens Noel right now, so if I freeze up, man, one of you guys could take over. But what do y'all think about that? I think it was worth the $10 million.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a team-friendly deal. Yeah, other teams saw what he could do. You know, when Mitch went down, and yeah, you know, when it became a 2-year deal with a 3rd-year team option, that became a more attractive deal. You know, for the Knicks and for any future team as well. And maybe this Rich Paul, you know, lawsuit might sway a few teams. You know, but hopefully that gets resolved quickly. You know, how long do you guys think that'll drag on? Because I'm not sort of into these sort of law cases and all that. How long could you see that going on?
You know, that's hard to say, but I'm hoping that, you know, and don't worry about it. You know, I'm quite sure he is you know, he's in the lawsuit, but I don't think that's something he should be worried about. I think he should just let his lawyers do their job, and you concentrate on basketball. And then whatever happens after that, you know, obviously I had to keep you informed about it, but I don't think he let it on that he had a job to do. You know?
Yeah,
basketball court. You hear me?
Yeah, you fade in and out, Devon.
Okay. But yeah, I don't think it'll work on Bob and CT. I think he come down and goes to business on that court.
Right.
Yeah.
I agree with you guys.
Too.
I think whatever the case may be, they'll just settle out and they'll be quiet and they'll move on. Them guys been through this. This ain't the first lawsuit they've been through, so they know how the game goes. It's all part of the game. They'll move on from it, and we'll keep going. You know, right now and for us as Knicks fans, we just want Noel to come out and ball out. Let's duplicate the same. Let's duplicate what he did last year and take it to another level. You know, that's what I'm looking for in this team right now. Like even before, I think last week we talked about even the guards. They could come out with a set of just Rose and Kemba together, or a 3-guard set. You know, so I think a lot of the Knicks games are going to be situational. Their lineups, they can go with so many different matchups. So we can't say that he may set a one team or a second team. It's going to be by committee, obviously. And then, like I said last week, I think we talked about who's that last starting 5 to close out the game. You know, so many different combinations of players we could say and go with. But I think October 5th is the first litmus test we can see who else is the other dogs on this team that we really need to step up. Who are the others that we need? We seen some of the other people who improved their game, who worked on their game. Who's going to be more consistent, you know? So I can't wait to see it.
Yeah, I think is Divine with us?
Yeah, I'm not sure. Yeah, he might be out with us right now, CT.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, man. I faded back out. But yeah, I think he stayed with us. He's kind of guy like when the guard go out, the guard go in. He's one of them guys who just stick to what he do. Like his old school. He does it the old school way. Like if his point guard go out, he bring the point guard in. You know, but he never know what the team he got this year. You're right, KJ. He might start switching it up. There might be a maturation in his coaching. He might say, "I'm going to break my norms and go with the hot hand, or if this cat bringing it, don't take him out." Hopefully, you know, he might decide I got to change up a little bit as well. But and even if he don't, you know, when last year, now he got, I'm not even worried about it, to be honest with
Right. Hey, question for you all. Hey, when was the last time, even in the chat, you can answer this. When was the last time we had a team that was 15 deep, that we knew all the players on the team, all the way through 1 through 15? They could say that anybody of these 15 guys could get on the floor. I can't even, and I've been a fan since the 90s, the early 90s. I can't think of a team like that. I don't know about you guys. Maybe you guys can, or even the chat can answer that. I can't think of a time in the Knicks history since I've been a fan since the 90s that they had a team for 1 through 15 guys. Now, granted, we got McBride, Grimes, and Sims. They're still the unknown. But based on what we've seen in the summertime, we all know, everybody on this chat and that's on this panel, we all know basketball. So we know when a guy can play. We see it in the regardless of the competition. We're like, you know what, their upside is great. So, I don't know. Maybe you guys can answer that.
Facts. I think I've never felt this good 1 to 15 for the whole roster going into the season. You never want to wish any injury, but I think 1 or 2 injuries wouldn't affect this team too much. We saw the ability to deal with injuries, and I think Tibbs will prepare all the backups. It'll be a war in training camp, and preparing them to step up. Because 82 games, I think we can afford to keep guys fresh. Julius only has to play 32 minutes. With more scoring. Mitch can be eased in with Noel and Obi at the 5. Situationally, we're 3 deep at every single position, and we're not even considering who's our 2-ways. We don't even know who the 2-way people might be. Even they might be good enough to have minutes. Jericho Sims. Amir Sims could get the other 2-way. So this squad's deep. Right. And I think it's built to be. If we have to do a big trade, and gut some of the pieces, would still be good.
Right. Yep.
Who's your guy sleeper on this team right now? Who's the sleeper?
Well, good question. For me, it's probably Quentin Grimes.
Okay. How about you, Devon?
How about you?
Sleeper. I'm gonna have to go. I'm gonna have to say Kevin Knox. I'll tell you reason why.
And before you tell the reason why, Devon, I'm going with Dwayne Bacon.
Oh, that's a good one. Yeah, he's an X factor for me too.
Right. Devon's still alive right now, but I say Bacon. Every time we played this guy, his ball-on-ball defense is phenomenal, and he can shoot. I think he's gonna be very hungry to make this team, and that's why I said I can't wait to preseason, because I want to see what him and Knox is really going to do. I want to see if Knox, these videos, is going to reciprocate what he's going to do in the game. Everybody can look good dribbling the ball. Anybody can do that, but when you get in these games, and Knox is make or break for him right now. It's make or break. We didn't see him in summer camp. I haven't really seen the way Bacon play at all, but I really wanted to see summer camp Knox. I wanted to see that. I don't know about you guys, but I wanted to see, and I'm like, I was really disappointed when he didn't play, because I need to see. How about you, Devon? Well, CT, Devon's still out, right?
Dwayne Bacon, man. I think people are sleeping on him for sure. I agree with that. The thing is, this team lacks size at the wing. Defenders. You can't expect RJ Barrett to do all of what Reggie Bullock was. Defend every single perimeter star. And I think, who else do we have after RJ? A rookie, Quentin Grimes, and Bacon. Bacon's got size, 6'7", slashes, gets to the cup and gets fouls. He's not a perimeter shooter, but he has a lot of use on this squad. I'll be surprised if they cut him. I think he's going to show in training camp that he's deserving of one of those spots. I think we don't really need Luka at this point, which is a shame. But with McBride even Fournier and Burks can be secondary ball handler. I think
Right.
even Bacon can do what Vildoza does, but a bigger size. So
Right.
what's your thoughts on that?
Yeah. Real quick, I think the reason why I picked Kevin Knox, because you know what, Obi or Alex Burks go down. That's the only cat with size. You know what I mean? Let him and Taj Gibson for size, and Knox got to shoot the ball. You know what I mean? Like I said, I think him being under Ted for a year too. Ted told him last year, sit down till you ready. You know what I mean? And, and I think Knox had a whole year to say, listen, man, if I'm going to be in the NBA, am I want to, this is my last year. This is a contract year. And if I don't do this thing this year, I don't know where I'm gonna be at. You know what I mean? That's got to be his mindset. His mindset got to be, if I don't ball out this year, I could be in China somewhere playing. Well,
Yeah, AC. I think Vaughn is out, but Knox is still fairly young, so we got to give him the benefit of the doubt. But that's this October 5th, and we can't base it off one preseason game, but we have to see. I think preseason is going to tell us. It is not think. It is going to tell us everything we need to know. All our questions will be answered going in from preseason. I wish October 5th was tomorrow, man. I can't wait.
And 4 preseason games. Imagine that. It's like an extended summer league where we can see what these rookies can do. Because everyone knows what Fournier and Kemba can do. I don't think you need to play them much in the preseason.
Right.
Maybe 20, 25 minutes. Get them loose, get the rust out, but then send them to the bench. We don't need them. We don't need certainly Kemba and his knees. We don't need him playing in preseason too much. Let the young guys battle it out. I think that's a good strategy.
Right.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, rest, save them, give them some minutes to get their rhythm, and play 5 minutes in the first quarter. Give them about 5 minutes a game. Game shape. Honestly, you do that in training camp. But another life running down that court against competition. You know what I mean? And so I think they do that give each other 5-8 minutes and take them out, let them young boys ball out, get them ready for the season. And that's why I think coming out the gates, Knicks gonna be fine. I think we come out the gate like gangbusters, just due to the fact, first of all, how deep we is. They all play together.
Yeah, facts.
Right.
They've all played together. They're vets.
And I believe Quickley had a real long talk with Randall this offseason. Remember last year, right? Before Tibbs got there, right? And we drafted Obi Toppin, and we was like, man, some people were saying it. Well, Obi Toppin gonna take Randall's spot. Nobody, I don't think, on this panel didn't believe Randall was gonna have, or in the chat, believe Randall was gonna have the hit. Yeah, he did. I know I didn't. So what if Quickley, right, does the same thing Randall did? Not saying making him MVP, but he's already showing his workouts. He's working hard. He know he got Deuce McBride right on his right there on him. So imagine if Quickley comes out now and reciprocates what Randall did. You got McBride right there. And we know if Quickley comes out and he's shooting them long 25 footers and he's missing, the Boo Bird start, they want McBride in. McBride comes in and starts balling. What happens? So I think Quickley knows he's still young. He like, well, look, man, I seen what this young boy could do in summer camp. Nah, I'm securing my spot. I'm securing my bag. I think Quickley is another one that's gonna have a breakout year. His no more. Hopefully he doesn't have a sophomore jinx because we know we got McBride right there. Now I like McBride's defense better than Quickley from what I've seen in the summer league. But then again, we have to see preseason in the regular season. It's different. So
yeah, I agree. I think you give Immanuel Quickley and Obi the benefit of the doubt just due to the fact the year they came into the NBA, it was a pandemic, a bubble. No summer league. You couldn't play this and that. You couldn't do this and that. That was a whole crazy year last year. So I think I really think them two guys, man, playing on that, I'm just speaking from experience. From it's like a young man being around a young baby or but being around a grown man. The experience that they can get is undeniable. So for them cats to be around Kevin Durant, Jason Tatum, all them supreme heads who made that Olympic team, man, and Don, all these guys, that had to have been like, okay, this is unbelievable. And then like I said, I think that's why Obi balled down Summer League. I thought them cats Summer League was no competition with Obi Toppin after playing with Kevin Durant and them in the select game. I was like, man, what they gonna do with him? So I just thought that was interesting. For that was good. So I think now that goes into the season, I think that second unit is it's legit, man. I really do, and I think it's gonna. If the competition is good, them cats gonna be battling, and like I said, a lot of them guys.
Yeah. Use our depth,
Absolutely, CT.
That's our strength,
And then, like I said, those back-to-back games, you don't even have to play Rose. If all goes well, you can play McBride and Grimes more. Like them back-to-backs, or just like them guys need rest. Kimber might need a rest. You know what? We'll throw the combination in. Last year we started Peyton if we had Rose to come in, and then he had the two guard that you bring Quickley in. We could interchange them for Grimes and McBride.
Mm-hmm.
And don't forget Alec Burks can still handle point guard too. So, you got a lot of options right now. Don't forget about Taj Gibson as the big man. Like I think at this point we giving Taj he might be a coach one day for the Knicks one day. I can see him help coaching his team. Almost out like Herb Williams was. Remember Herb Williams back in the day?
Facts.
Herb Williams, man, that man, I don't know how he stayed on the Knicks for so long and then became a coach. So I can see him being that guy. So
facts, yeah. I think that's why they gave him the 2-year. They re-changed his deal to just to give him a nice present.
Right,
because
I think all them guys now, CT and Divine, they're setting these guys up, especially the long tenured Knicks, to help them out in the organization. Knicks do a good job of bringing their players back in some capacity to help out. So, once a Knick, always a Knick. That's that mantra. So, I think.
I'll tell you what that deal to Taj meant was, hey, we're not going to need you to play much anymore. Like, take this extra bread, so you don't go on another team, and we'll look after you. We'll give you a coaching gig, in 2 years.
Right.
Yeah, I think that Nick did a good job rewarding all their players. I think they rewarded Todd for being part of that 41-win team. They rewarded Burks, they rewarded Rose, they rewarded Noel. They rewarded them guys for being part of that 41-31 team, and it was the right move to make. Taj Gibson knows more basketball than you could put. You know what I'm saying? I think you cannot underestimate, like I said earlier, the power of experience. That cat does everything. It's nothing these cats in the NBA doing right now that he haven't seen. Nothing. I mean, he done seen it all. He done played almost 2 decades. So having a guy like that who knows the NBA, knows how. That's why he had a good playoffs, him and Derrick Rose. The cats been around. They got experience. They know what this guy gonna do, what this guy gonna do. They know their tendency because they.
Right. Hey, look, Allen Houston, perfect example. Yeah, Allen Houston help coach, but they got him in the G League. They still got him in the G. Oh, is he? What's his position? I don't know what his position over with the Knicks is now, but he's been employed by the Knicks forever. So it's like the Knicks in general do a great job of bringing their players up and keeping them around. So. And now with these new guys, with Rose and World Wide West and Tibbs, to me, they took it to a whole nother level now. Like where people were saying, "Oh, we don't trust Dolan" and all that, but it's always about the people that was there before. You can't always blame the guy, even though some things may look like they was one way. But as you see, once the right people get in positions, things start to happen. we got 29 national games now, right? So and that's just an example of the hard work that those guys put in to the organization, and that's why you got guys like us talking about it. So we're just so excited. Like none of us up here getting paid for us in the chat. We like our team, it's something we like to do, and people got to appreciate that. I appreciate you fellas, Devon, especially for even giving me a chance to get on here and to give you my opinions about the Knicks. And CT, I see what you're doing on Streets to Buzzing. You guys make me happy, So I'm here with you guys whenever you need it to chat. I ain't going nowhere. It's all about the Knicks, baby. Look, I need everybody to touch this ball right now, There we go. This is secret touch by chat. Put them hands up in the chat right here.
Yeah.
Power ball right here. You know what I'm saying?
It's our time, man.
Yeah.
AJ,
Salute.
Man, I have us in the 3rd seed. Some people think I'm too high, but I think we're better than Miami. We're better than could be better than Philly. We're better than Boston.
ACT, you got every right, man. You have every right to put us in the 3rd seed. I got us high like that too. And why not 1st or 2nd seed? Look, we looked at some of the benches. We seen with them guys in Brooklyn go down. Them guys can't last a whole 82 games. We seen look at it, Kyrie can't last a whole 82 games. Harden can't, and Durant, man. So it's a whole different league right now. So why not?
Yeah, hey, I look at it this way. And that matter of fact, the next part of the segment I had is our front line, our returning front line formidable. Julius Randle scored 24 points in 71 games. The man had a good, phenomenal year last year. The kid was 81% foul text, 41% from 3. He took 100. He made 160 or 389 3-pointers. I mean, come on, man. The cat was getting down. 24 games. The 24. So now RJ, and that's why I don't understand over the last couple of weeks, seen everybody kind of getting. I'm like, RJ had a good year last year. The cat had 72 games, played all in Knicks games last year. 17 points a game, 34 minutes a game, 4.67 field goal percentage. He took field goal 1,059, a percentage of 441. 3-pointers, he made 124, 309. Shot 40% from 3, and he shot 74% from the foul line after shooting 61 in his rookie year, and that's why I was saying last year this cat literally to me was most improved player. But everybody keep talking about RJ can't shoot. No, dude, he shot 40% from 3. Come on, so that's a deadbeat topic right there. RJ Barrett can shoot a basketball. He might have came in now as a sharpshooter. But if you shoot 40% from the 3-point line in the NBA, you can shoot because the average is 35, 36, basically. So I think him having 17 a game last year, coming back in his 3rd year, he works hard with what he do. He works hard. So you look at the average front line around here, other than your main scorer like Julius and all the creme de la cremes, RJ Barrett held it down to be a 2nd-year player in that spot, and now he's moving to the reason why I got him front line because I think he's going to move to the 3 because of Evan Fournier. So if you tell me you go into the season with a 24-point score, a 17 a game score, and possible a double machine if Mitchell Robinson breaks out like we think he would, that's a good front line. You do talking about 24, 17. That's almost half of your points in your front line. And that's not even counting Fournier and Kemba Walker. So I do think that RJ gonna have. I think he ready. I think he ready. I thought when he first became a Knick, he was ready. So I think this year going to be even better than last year because he's the type of guy that gets better every year. So I do think that front line of formula with him and Julius Randle and Mitchell Robinson can bounce back. That's a tough front line to deal with. That's real talk right there. Do RJ gets better and he did what he did last year. He gets better, and then Mitchell Robinson comes back. And like you said, KJ, Alec Burks missed 20 something games or 30, and Mitchell Robinson missed 40.
Right.
So I just think that people sleeping on that.
So, like to CT's point, why we should be at the third slot, like just based on the facts you just pointed out, Devon, about the games being missed. We should be in that third slot. Why not second or first? And then another thing is when you talk about front line, we see how big Mitchell Robinson is getting now. So my thing with Mitch, I want to see his defense. I don't want these ticky fouls, the ticky-tack fouls that he was doing. But before he got injured, though, he was having a season. He was having a nice season with rebounds, scoring some points, and playing defense. So he, before he got hurt. So let's see what it's a lot of questions that's going to need to be answered in the first couple of weeks of this NBA season for us.
We don't really touch on the coach. To me, that's probably the biggest reason I see us not falling at all. Under this guy's watch, he's not going to allow any complacency defensively or any nonsense going on. He'll have them focused, and I think he coaches for the regular season, to push every single win. With some older teams like Miami, with their old point guard, the changes in Boston, all of that, I think will push above them, and the turmoil in Philly right now. I think it's an easy lock, Knicks fans, if you see those overs, unders, hit the over.
Absolutely.
Yeah, man. Look at I'm Shaw Powell. I'm gonna jump on an optimistic bandwagon because Shaw Powell puts it out there and we feel good about it. He like mid 15, 13, 2.5.
Oh man.
Hey, Shaw Powers. I hope that comes to fruition because Rich.
I think Devon was about to say if Mitch averaged 15, if he averaged 15 points a game, what is going to be out over points per game average as a team? Then, if Mitch could average 15 points per game,
let's speak that into fruition. He do that, we going to the Eastern Conference Finals. I'll tell you that right now.
I'm with you, brother, on that one. I mean, we put up 120, 30 points per game. If Mitch averaging 15 points. Can you imagine what the others going to average?
I had him at 12-10. I had 12-10.
You got him at 12-10, Devon?
Yeah, man. I think with Fournier, Randall, RJ, and Kimmel Walker on the perimeter, that whole paint area is his. Anytime no captain misses a shot, he getting that.
Yeah, I think Mitch was averaging, 8 rebounds per game before he got hurt. It was like 8, right? It wasn't in double. Yep. So, yeah, his rebound numbers definitely need to go up. All right, as a big man, he has to go up, and for me, with Mitch is them little tic-tac fouls. He get like 2 fouls in the first 5 minutes, and then he got to sit down, So, and that's the reason why, we have to see. What if Tip says, hey, look, let's start Noel for 5 minutes and keep Mitch as our buffer. It ain't about who started, it's about how you finish the game. So, I like you see to CT's point, it's about the coaching. Tibbs has a lot of weapons and options right now to see. All right, let's see. Is he going to go with that same starting like this? He might, because Tibbs he's stubborn like that. He started Peyton. We thought Peyton was going to rest. My man said, nope, Peyton, you still start. So it is.
Hey, let me. I want to do something on Mitchell Robinson right quick, because I was thinking about this, the whole day and prior. I want to take a journey in this. I think this.
Yeah, his journey.
Didn't be at college. He came into the Knicks rookie season, had a good year, but because of the foul trouble, he stayed off the court. Am I right? Couldn't stay on the court because of foul trouble. And then in the second year, fully 20 PR 36 per game. Robinson been playing backup minutes the whole year until last year, till he came into the league, till he started last year. Prior to this year, Mitchell Robinson has been playing like sporadic, and he still put his career averages 8.9 points a game. And that's not even on 30. That's what Matt has been playing 30 minutes. That's what I understand why I could say that Martins play 30 minutes a game, guaranteed. He take full time starting minutes. Now that since my man came, Kenny Payne, you notice last year he wasn't fouling like that anymore though. He wasn't getting them ticky-tack fouls anymore after Kenny Payne got there. So I do think it's important to know that what Mike Woodson and Kenny Payne did for that young man with Taj Gibson coming to showing him these things. I think this cat, if he stay on the court, the Knicks, he dominant. He could dominate the game if he stay on court. And I just hope he do, because I do agree with Ty Powell. If Mitchell Robinson can play starter minutes and stay healthy, he can get close to that. Because you think about it, he's gonna get, let's say, 4 putbacks a game. He's gonna get a couple of lobs a game, obviously. And he also gonna get some foul to go to the line, so if he played 36 minutes, not play per 36 minutes, I think Mitch can get up there. That's what I'm hoping to pan out anyway. I think
I just hope that I hope they get this contracting out of the way, so he just starts the season, focuses on balling out, because players when they get that financial thing sorted, there's no issues anymore. It's just it's a load off their shoulder, especially for a dude injured who's been playing on $1 million per year. You set up your family for life. So I think,
hey fellas, I got a lineup that I think would be awesome for this team through time. Not starting or come off the bench, just one of them combinations. If we had D Rose, Kemba, RJ, Julius, and Mitchell Robinson, like just a combination, like those just the combinations you do at them. Like you got 2 penetrating guards. You can either kick the RJ or Julius, right? In a 3 in a wing, and then you got Mitch Robinson for the lob. Can you imagine that lineup? And that's just a combination lineup you could throw out just during the game for somebody, Like, what do you guys think about that lineup right there? Kemba Walker, Derrick Rose, RJ, Julius Randle, and Mitchell Robinson.
well,
hey, tell you what, you do need a I mean, that's how crazy this team is. If you down in the last, how sometimes you get down 3 points or you get down 6, you need to make a run. Can you imagine having, like you said, the 4 guys you talk about? So instead of Mitchell Robinson, throw Evan Fournier in there. I just think that's crazy. So, hey, salute Chris real quick. Salute Chris. Chris, thanks for.
Salute, Chris.
Salute.
I think Devon closed again, but to counteract that lineup, and then you bring in Evan Fournier, Quickley, Burks, Noel, and Toppin. That's still a crazy bench, right? Yeah. So, and then don't forget, we didn't even throw in McBride or Grimes at nobody like that, or Bacon or not. So it was like, which way do you go here?
Just to put it in one term of how deep we are. Our 15th man, Dwayne Bacon, was starting 50 games for another team last season, and now he's our 15th man.
Yeah, that's right there, CT. Wow,
he could legit be on many teams, but he came with us.
Yeah,
So do this Randall, RJ, and Mitchell Robinson. Check the three frontline players coming out. One definitely is an all-star. One on the cusp of being an all-star. And I got a feeling Mitchell Robinson gonna run. Like I told CT on this show, which was a great show earlier. I think Mitchell Robinson, if he played per 36, defense player of the year.
Wow.
Yeah. Man, I think what do you think, KJ? You think this team will stay pat the whole season, or do you think there could be a move later?
Man, great question, CT. And I thought about that too. I think the Knicks are always looking there. If the right deal is there, the Knicks, I think right now have no problem saying if it's right. And they showed us in their draft. I think they will make a move. But it has to be the right move for the team. They'll do. I believe in it. If I can't believe in what they did in draft night, the 2 years in a row, they'll make a good move. Or if anything, they'll get more picks or something. In the Knicks. But I think it's another move to be had. I keep seeing them Lillards, but I'm like, do we want Damian Lillard on this team? That's the question. With this specific team we have right now?
Not right now.
Would you guys still take Damian Lillard? And for who though? Like who are we giving away? What do we have to give up for him right now?
I think it makes less sense now. Like it made sense more before the Kemba deal. Now, to me, I would still love Dame on this team, but it doesn't make much sense to gut all these pieces when you have Kemba now on the cheap. Because I know he's not Dame, but he's not a bad substitute.
Right. Well, we know stars want to come here, but like we have stars on this team.
Yeah.
You know?
You do, man. I don't think people get it. Knicks a lot of that. That's another thing tough about playing in New York, because we are some real. After everything we've been through as fans, we real demanding of our players, and but I think a lot of the NBA they caught in all the flashiness. You know what I mean? Like that's what to me, like what I always bring up RJ, because RJ Barrett's not a Zion Winston jumping up to John Morant. He don't do all that. People don't look at his game, but they don't look at how good he is. They because a lot of people, you ain't John Morant doing 360s and jumping like a jumping bean and being freakish and all that. I think his game is not sexy to a lot of people, but when you look at his stats and what he did his first 2 years, it's a lot of great players in the NBA didn't do what he did in his rookie year, and it's a lot that did. I mean, there's a lot of guys that's went on to be superstars and average 14 points a game in their rookie year. Kawhi Leonard didn't even do nothing near that. You know what I mean? So it just goes to show, I just go to say that sometimes you just got to look at the eye test, man. And what I seen RJ Barrett do last year on the court after coming out of his rookie year and then improving, I just think you got to take that into consideration, is that he's ascending. That's what I'm trying to say. He's ascending, and then that's why I do think that we just got to pay close attention to that. And if the cat need to work on his footwork, he'll work on his footwork. In the offseason, he'll do his thing. If the cat need to do whatever RJ Barrett need to do to get better, you best believe he's gonna do it. That's why I got him being that dude, because I do think that he's gonna do what it takes to do to stay in that John Morant and Zion them conversation. He was drafted right behind them dudes. He always gonna want to compete to stay where they at. You know what I mean? So I do think that bodes well for the Knicks, because he gonna be in the gym all the time. And but Lillard, I agree. If it wasn't for the Kemba thing, you're right, because now you got 3 point guards, unless one of them cats going in the deal for him. But I like the team we got, man. I really do. I like the team we got. Like I said, me and we was on CT, the Streets Above it early today, man. Y'all make sure y'all like and subscribe to the Streets Above it. We had a great show this afternoon. I'm sorry, and we were talking about that. And I do think between him, Cat, Levine, and these guys, you know what? I don't have a problem with the bigger guy, because I think our point guard set is set. I think our guard is good.
Right.
I think our guard is good. So if you want to go wing and front line, okay, we can talk about it. But I don't, Damian Lillard, I don't know if we really need that with Kemba Walker and Derrick Rose. But if the Knicks feel they do, then I'm quite sure the Knicks will get and get them. You know what I mean?
Yeah, so, that's true. I like I said, it's all on, to me. What is this team doing before the trade line? Like, we got to see where we at in the first 20 games. Like I said, we was 9-11 through 20 games last year.
Mm-hmm.
Not saying 20 games going to determine it all, but we have to see where they at. If Mitchell Robinson is not living up to his expectations, they could possibly package him on a deal so they don't got to pay him at all next year. But if Mitch is having that year like Julius had, or a similar thing, or Quickley's not doing right, so it's a lot of things that's going to have to happen. I think right now we're set. I don't think there'll be moves are going to be made before the first preseason game, but a lot of guys is hungry on this team, so they coming.
I think we leveled up the roster to the point where the next move must be a big move. It shouldn't be just any move for the sake of that. Now, it should be a move to put us over the top to be a contender, because we are around that second, third, first, your fourth seed. We can be. So let's see how this first half of the season plays out, see how far off the pace we are, then see who's out there. Because now could be our time to strike. Let's say Brooklyn gets some devastating injury, Philly fall apart. Does the East open up?
Yep. Yeah, absolutely. I think any move after this is going to put us to where we need to be. I think we got a talented enough roster right now, man, to get us in the second round and probably out of it. Like I said, so I think if the Knicks make a move after this, obviously it's going to better the team. But I think they also got to make sure when they better the team, we think we can strike in distance. You know what I mean? I think the next move say they listen. Julius Randle having the year I thought he was going to have. RJ popped. Kemba popped. Right. Derrick Rose popped. You know what I mean? These guys pop. And something come up where it's not jeopardizing the infrastructure or not jeopardizing the long-term stability of the contract money, and not garnishing a lot of picks for some. Yeah, you got to make a move, man. I think you go ahead and do it, because I do think look at God. This team last year was 41-31 with a mediocre couple of guys. I mean, like I said, Alfred Payton, he's a ball player, but he ain't Kemba Walker. Reggie Bullock's a ball player, but he ain't no Evan Fournier. Derrick Rose another year. I mean, I think Obi have a better. I just think the whole team gets better. I think the whole team getting better, and with the emergence of the rookies that we brought in here. So you think about it, guys. We like Grimes and Brad still got a chance to be here for 4 years. So if that's the case, what about the other 6 picks we got coming up in the next 4 years, first rounders and all these second rounders? You know what I'm saying? It's like, whoa. I mean, where do we keep all these picks? Because every one of these picks is not going to stay on the ticket. It's impossible. You know what I mean? But don't get me wrong. What's good about it, every year you draft one coming in, the next year they get better. And so at time everybody contracts start expiring, all these other guys should be ready to roll. You know what I mean? That's a good thing about it. So no matter who you draft, and I got a feeling they already got that kid. They got that kid from Kentucky who they recruited number one. That's already out there. And Cal probably first number one in almost 2013. So so I think with all the draft picks and with the infrastructure we got, whoever we make a move with, man, long as we don't damage that, I'm good with it. I believe in these niggas. I believe in this organization, man. I like the way they doing things. Like CT say, they playing chess. They play the other people playing checkers. They put us in a good situation going forward. No matter what, we good. So if you want to take on anybody 2-year contract, go get it. Who cares? Expire in 2 years, and now by the time them expire, Alec Burks and everybody expire, then you got the money to give to RJ. You got the money to give to whoever deserve it. And you still can go to that championship run longer than a lengthy contract. So, yeah, if you look at Karl Anthony Towns, got 2 years left maybe. You look at if you do a sign and trade hypothetical for Zach LaVine, if he decide to leave Chicago, because of the contract that you signed in the offseason and all of the draft picks, you can do some sign and trades in a heartbeat in the season, and I think it'll work out well for the Knicks. So that's why I agree with you, Paul, that 2023 draft high school, I mean, you just never know. So I think the Knicks are in a good place, and I think we're ready to make some move. I think we're ready to strike, like you said, CT, and we're ready to strike, bro.
Hey, to that point, you reminded me about 2 picks that people aren't even mentioning. We have Charlotte's next year's pick and Dallas's one coming up that aren't even our pick. So we have 2 picks to throw around that won't even affect our own status.
Wow, that's basically 3 first rounders, right? You got your own, you got the one for Charlotte, and
the KP one from Dallas.
Yeah, that's man.
Yeah.
See, that's what I mean. Noah's money come off the books next year too. We still paying Joakim Noah. Forget about that.
Mm-hmm.
His money come off the books too. I think it was like 6.5 mil or something like that. But you know what? It's a lot, like you guys, it's a lot of options to be had right now. Like, there's no way we're gonna pick all those picks. So we know a trade is coming, but for who? That's
yep. I was telling CT earlier, you take Fournier, and hopefully he ball out. You don't need to, but if you take Fournier 20, you take Noel's 10, and you take
Burks 10.
Alec Burks is 10, and Knox is 5. That's $45 million right there. So if you did have to go get a superstar, you got the money. You got the money, and you got the picks.
In the picks, right.
You get it for 2 years. You get it for 2 years. You gotta try to do the damn thing, and then after that, you got your money back. You ain't lose a lot, and you still got the infrastructure. We just got to go get it, man. We in a good place in New York, and I think it's about time we get ready to jump on this thing. I think we in a good spot to get this thing done for Tibbs. I think we can get Tibbs the players he need. CT and KJ, give the players he need for him to really show you why he was 61 and something with Derrick Rose and them. Give him the players. He'll make it happen.
Absolutely.
I think outside of Sam Presti, KC, we're basically the second team with the biggest war chest. I think no one really has that kind of assets we have right now, and even if someone wants to take on Mitch, I suggested earlier, we could sign and trade him, increase his salary to help match for a Carl Towns or something if needed, because whoever wants Mitch, they're not going to want him to hit the open market. They're going to want him, locked down. So you trade him as a sign and trade, give him his bread, and he has security on the new team.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
CT, that may happen. I think Carl Anthony Towns is a Tibbs guy. That's one guy I can see on the Knicks is Carl Anthony Towns. That stretch 5 that can shoot. That's honestly, that's what we're missing. A stretch 5. Yeah.
In the playoffs,
Yeah.
Look at he would kill Clint Capella. It would have been we wouldn't be losing that matchup.
And to your point about Atlanta is a team that we got. And Devon, you said it earlier. I mean, if this team was, we would have beat Atlanta last year. If we had Mitch Robinson was the big piece that we was missing.
Yeah, man, absolutely.
Even though we swept them in full game, we swept them all year, and they get beat 4-1. Disappointed, man. Like the Atlanta, we should have been where Atlanta was to the NBA playoffs right there.
A Pudge, I'm on that. I'm trying to tell you, Cat Randall and RJ Barrett. Man, listen here. That'd be a nice front line. Both of them cats put up 20-something a game and 11 rebounds. RJ is sending it close to 20 a game and 8-9 rebounds. You almost got a 60-point front line. 60, man, come on. And regardless of what you might say about Carl Anthony Towns, don't worry about it. When he was young, when he first played with Tibbs, young cat coming out of Kentucky, he still was a baby. Now the man that matured, that went through a lot of things in his life with his moms and being COVID and all that stuff. Sometimes you grow real fast. You know what I mean? But I think 24 and something, man, they complement each other. They both can stretch the floor inside out. So if Cat stretching the perimeter, you could post Julius Randle. If Julius Randle stretching the floor, you post Cat. It's like a win-win there, man. And I think the kid will get you a couple of blocks. He ain't that lazy, but I think playing on the Tibbs, he'll help play better team defense. I just think you gotta think about that, man. That boy, him and Julius Randle at the 4 and 5. That's pretty nice there. That's one dude I think is there for the taking. I think if they don't have a good year in in Minnesota. Dad's in New Jersey, am I not mistaken? If he, if I moved out there where he at because of the situation, man, right there, man. I think Cat, Randall, RJ, and I guess it's gonna be Kemba Walker or whoever. That's nice. That's nice. I really like that one. I really do. So they got options, fellas. They really do.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think with Cat, it's a case of Minnesota would hit the reset button if they moved him, the franchise star. So you got to be prepared to part with probably Obi, Mitch. They'll want Quickley Quickley and the rookies and lots of picks. And to your point, maybe Burks, Noel, or Fournier. But if you're bringing in Cat, are you solidifying the starting 5 even more? maybe you lose some of your depth, but suddenly you become so attractive that we're one more other star away from becoming like a big four. You know,
to your point, when you mentioned other picks from before, man, the Knicks got so many picks. They could package it. It might not even be a lot of players like that, you know. Like you could throw in like 3-4 second rounders and you know, maybe one first rounder and one person. Like like if they, I know you want Knox, but I'm using Knox and you know.
Hey, anybody replaceable shit.
we weighed down those to get that 4.5 mil from him, you know. So it's so many different options. I just think and I believe we have to see when the season starts to see what our options are going to be. First 25, 30 games is going to tell us a whole lot.
Yeah. You know, I'm like this here. Other than Randall and RJ, you do what you got to do with any ball player on that team. You do what you got to do, brother. I ain't that sentimental to none of them jokers.
McBride, we had to give McBride up. I really didn't let McBride go. I'm sorry.
Right. I got you. But you know what? RJ and Randall, them are two. See, you got to pair somebody with them. That's why I don't want to. You know, them got the order for it to get to that level. RJ and Randall got to be part of that team because you just got to get that superstar to come in there to be that A or B to him and Julius Randle and let RJ be that third dude. I think the Knicks is good. I really think they're good. You know what I mean? So, but you know, because if you trade RJ in a package with a lot of other people, how you know that the kid you grab, whoever coming in for RJ got to be good. You know what I mean, you know, you trade a RJ Barrett in a package, whoever coming in got to be worth you giving up RJ Barrett. You know, right. So, but man, the call every town, that call every town front line with Randall and RJ, I'm on that. I just think that's set in stone to me. The way they play basketball, the way each one of them games are, man, listen, that bodes well. So we got to keep our fingers crossed on that. But that's one of the guys I think is one of them trades that could be had. And if we do now our front line that we got with Mitchell Robinson and RJ Barrett and Randall. That I guess switching Mitch out with Cat that takes that to another level. I mean, I just really think it does. You know what I mean? So that's why I think the Knicks are in a definitely good place. No matter what happens, they in a good spot. As an organization, they can wheel and deal any way they want to. Anyway, for sure.
We become the Kentucky Wildcats with Julius and Cat. We just have to add Devin Booker because I think Booker and Towns always get together. The hill. You know, it's all about. To your point, with the thing I feel so good is cornerstones are a great age. Like Julius can be at his peak for 6-7 years from now. Like every star we get is usually over the hill, but now we're just climbing the hill. You know, we're in a good age. You know, for this core.
Yeah, I agree. Jerry Walker, salute, man. The Knicks is interesting. He said 90 Bull. I ain't even mad because the Knicks got a good problem. Knicks got a good problem down there, man. I'm trying to tell you, man. Salute to the chat, man. Salute to everybody up in the chat. Pudge, Walk, everybody, man. Chris coming aboard. Appreciate you, Chris. Web to everybody, man. But yeah, we got a good problem in New York right now. We finally got this organization back to square one. So, that's why I salute to Scott Perry. And like I said, I'm going to break it down. I'm going to build it back up. And he stayed true to his word. He came in 2018. He said, I'm going to tear it down and I'm going to build it back up. And that's what he did. Look at the Knicks where they at. Flexibility, mad picks, talent, and good coaching, good organization. They good. Knicks is good. I'm excited to be a Knicks fan right now, but I do think that front line we got, like I said, I think it's formidable to me. I think if each one of them play a role, they can go up against anybody. Mitchell Robinson can go up against anybody at the 5 in the NBA. Go up against them, I'm saying. And I think Julius Randle can go up against anybody in the NBA at the 4. Anybody. Julius Randle can go up against him at the 4 in the NBA. I don't think it's a player that I'm concerned about when it comes to Julius Randle. I think that cat can go against any four in the league. You get 30 on me, I can get 30 on you. I think he's that talented. So, and RJ, he'll play against the best wings in the league. So I just think we got a formidable front line. They might not be the superstar names like Kawhi and Paul George or AD and LeBron and them, but for what they do and where we at, we got a good front line there. And I do think they can give a lot of team problems. Like you're right, Pud. Our centers is real solid. I like that center depth. I really do. I think that's one. I think that center depth that's good. And I think if they stay healthy, the point guard situation is good. I really do. You know what I mean? I think you got two all-stars at the point guard position, Kemba Walker and Derrick Rose, and you got two defense specialists at the five. And I think them two positions is a lock to me. You know what I mean? So if you go out, if you had to go out in the trade market, who you just got to find a person to put behind RJ. We got Quickley. Don't get me wrong, we got him now with Burks. But what I mean is, you got to get somebody better than RJ and Fournier if you make this team better. So I think I think the 3 and the 2, you got Quickley and Burks. Okay, can you get somebody in the NBA better than them to take the team to another level? Then if you can, then we good. Then I think the mother that center and that guard position though, I think that's real strong. I think that's pretty much one of our strongest departments is the center and the guard spot.
And a reminder, fellas, that the New York Knicks are valued at the highest franchise in the NBA. I think at $4 billion. Wait till we're actually good. We're popping and winning. I think you can invest. You can invest in MSG shares. I think this is a sleeping giant. When the New York Knicks start winning like year after year, if we're already the most valuable franchise, how much more valuable could we be?
Absolutely.
Yeah, hey, New York, like you said, man, in New York, the streets is buzzing, brother, and that's real talk. The streets is buzzing. That's real talk right there.
You're right around the corner, right? One bus to, you got to represent.
CT, you just threw everybody a gym out there, man. Go invest some MSG shares right now, man. Yep. You do everybody a gym right now. Let's get it on it while it's early.
Yeah. See where they at. See what the shares is about. Hey, but yeah, I mean, you're 100% right though. And now when you start winning, everybody want to come. Winning cures all. You know what I mean? Winning cures all. Once you start winning, it's a wrap. You won't even hear Dolan name no more. You know why? Because we winning.
Exactly.
You won't even hear
that now, though.
None of it. You won't hear none of it because we winning. Winning cures everything. So when you ain't winning, people got something to talk about negative. But see, when you winning, you ain't got nothing negative to talk about it. Then
Exactly.
So, you know what I mean? It's like it's a wrap then. So I do think that's the place that we in, and I'm looking forward to the season. I think we come out this joint ready. I think we're gonna be ready. If I was a bet man like that, Knicks all day for me. I just do think we got the right coach here. I think he gonna make this team ball out. You best believe it. He gonna make them ball out. And I'm not even worried about how good everybody else got, because everybody, like I said, I hear people say the NBA got better. We got better too. So it ain't like, so we on the same keel we was last year, just like any other team. Y'all got better, we got better. So we go mano a mano. We put our guys up against your guys, and our coach up against your coach. Let's see who get it popping. I think the Knicks got a chance to beat anybody in the NBA on any given night because they got talent like that. I really believe that. On any given night, they can go up again. Last year it was hard because RJ was the second guy just coming into his second year. And all them guys were young. The Obis was young. And now you're going up against a different team now. You know what I mean? So now you're going up against a cat who like Fournier, who can do when RJ ain't hot, can still get you 20-something. Or when Fournier ain't hot, Kemba Walker can get you 20. So it's like, man, everything's so interchangeable right now. And Mitchell coming back, and I think you got to get it. Y'all got to pay attention to what the Knicks did, man. I think they got much better than last year to me. I really believe that. I really believe that.
And the thing is, it's positionless basketball. Mm-hmm. It's only one position. We got Mitch and Noel that really can't dribble the ball up. Everybody else, and even the rookie Sims can dribble a little bit. So it's positionless basketball. There's no 1, there's no 2, number 3. Anybody can bring that ball up on a first starting 4.
Yep.
Starting for the bench can bring the ball up. You know, so we got a lot of, like you said, Devon, a lot of interchangeable parts, and we got positionless basketball positions, and that's what the NBA is now. It's positionless basketball. Get the guard, the center, the power forward, the small forward. It's just get out there and play.
Yeah, I was telling CT you're on his show earlier. Let's say somebody, the opposing team, bringing a small forward. He's 6'8", 6'9". You know, and he taught. You know what you do? You swing Obi there against him anyway. You know what I mean? You can move Obi to the 3 against that guy because he's tall like Obi. He's whatever. So and that's why I think this thing is so interesting. That and that's why I said you got to watch out if Alec Burks get hurt. I think that notch length might play a role this year. You never know. He might be that dude. Somebody get injured. Kevin Knox could be that situational dude with that length and that 3-point shooting that he could do, and give you what Reggie Bullock gave you minus the defense.
Correct. But hey, Devon, also say Burks did get hurt again this year. We got more pieces this year than we had last year. You can play a 3-guard set. You can do a Quickley, a Rose, and a Kimber out there at the same time, or McBride, or McBride, Quickley, and Rose or Kimber. Like, so it's so many different parts and things to see that we can happen. Just we just have to see what's going to happen.
Yeah. I think so. CT, I do think. I'm really confident, with what I see out there right now on paper anyway. You know what I mean? Let's be real, on paper. What's on paper looks real good to me. You know what I mean? Just from a basketball perspective, watching the game, seeing what players do. The Knicks got players who good at what they do. And that's one thing I can truly say. They got ball players that's really good at what they do. And I think that bodes well for them cats.
Right.
Yeah, I think the key is use what worked well last season. Don't reinvent the wheel. Like coming into training camp, right? We have 20 days until the opening night. That's 20 days to have preseason games, practice all the principles. I think we're going to be ready to rock. And the bench is the same lineup. Like none of those dudes need to learn anything new. Just do what worked last season. And then the 2 new upgrades in the starting lineup, they'll do their own thing, automatically improve that spot. Remember last season we saw a lot of teams give us zone with Alfred out there. No team's going to be giving us zone with Kemba, Fournier, Barrett, and Randall. Like,
right.
Yeah, forget that.
Yep.
Ooh, that's crazy, man. That's crazy.
Yeah, that's a great point there, CT. Because listen, you ain't backing off Kemba Walker like you back off Elfrid Payton. I tell you that right now. Nobody say you was not backing off Kemba Walker how you did Elfrid Payton. That ain't gonna happen. So now you can't double team Julius Randle from the point guard position no more. You know what I mean? You ain't gonna double team Julius Randle and leave Kemba Walker there wide open. You ain't gonna double team him with the small forward and leave Fournier open. Or RJ, them cats shot 40% last year. So I think it changes, man. I think to underestimate what them cats could do in New York with them 4 guys in that starting lineup with Mitchell Robinson. I think it really be special, man.
That's why I like Obi at the 5. Imagine him sitting out in the corner. Them 4 other shooters and Obi sitting in the corner pulling their other center out.
Hey, CT, you read my head. I was just about to say that, my brother. That's exactly what I was going to say. That's a great. Can you imagine that? Now you got
open lanes.
That's our stretch 5 right there with Obi out there. I could see that lineup just in a combination situational series. Like anything. Great point, my man. Great point, my brother.
Yeah, absolutely. Remember, Kemba and Fournier like to drive. They kick. They get into the paint. If the paint's empty, it's going to be layup all day.
Yeah, it really is.
Obi improved, like that summer league jump shot where he just pulled up off the dribble in transition. That's a new move. I think he's worked on.
Right.
Yep. I was saying that earlier in the show when I was introducing the second line of CT. Good point. Great mind, think of life. Obi was shooting that little mid-range shot, and he had that off the glass bank shot here, and in summer league he was knocking that down on that right side of that foul line, and that thing looked sweet. I think you get Dayton Obi back this year. I think you get Dayton Obi back this year because I think the man done put that year in, and I think the Knicks gonna be a pretty good team, man. I'm serious. I'm psyched. I'm geeked about it. I think they're gonna be a good team. I'm an optimistic guy, but I'm just looking at the eye test, and I'm trying to go off based on what I see and what I see from these players. And I'm an 82 gamer. You know what I mean? I watch 82 games of Knicks basketball. If it's 72, 66, or whatever, I'm watching Knicks basketball. That's a way of life for me. You know what I mean? So when I see these guys every night in and out, you see their tendencies, you see what they do, but then I also see who coaching them. It just bodes well for me. You know what I mean? You go up and down the Eastern Conference. Name the top five coaches in the East. You got to throw Tibbs up there with Spoelstra. Maybe Rick Carlisle comes over now. He's in that equation. Who else you gonna put in there that's in on that level? Budenholzer, maybe Doc Rivers. You know what I mean? So I think we got one of the top coaches in the Eastern Conference, actually. You know what I mean? And then that's why I think
give Atlanta coach in there. You gotta get him in there.
You got to throw Nate Miller in there. Great coach. He had a year last year. He got his team to the playoffs. But I don't think his track record for as playoff success haven't been. I think he's a good coach. I got to put him in the top 10 probably. I think Tibbs on another level with some of these guys, man. This is Jeff Van Gundy and Pat Riley's disciple. You know what I mean? This cat is he sleep basketball. You know what I mean?
Tibbs number one right now. Tibbs is number one. We got the coach of the year. Number one.
Right. He's number one right now. He might can get it back to back. If Knicks drop 50, they got to give it. I give it to him again. Hey, so I think that's
what I hope.
Yep, I think we got one of the coaches for sure.
52 and 30.
Yeah, CD.
I hope Tibbs coaches the USA basketball or takes over from Pop in at the next World Cup. Imagine having been able to talk to all the players and try to get them over.
Yeah, right. So Wheeler is dealer for sure. Yeah, man. You know, and it's optimism for a reason, though. You know, I don't do this just because I'm biased. I try to do this with facts. You know what I mean, and with the eye test see. You know what I mean, because some people say, I just go by what I see. You know what I mean, and whether it's right or wrong, I'm only going by what I see. And with my mind, my mind put together, and trying to be, wise at what you do and be knowledgeable at what you do. I just think that the Knicks got a real good team because, like I was saying last year, guys, 41 and 31, no Mitchell Robinson half the year, no Alec Burks, so much of Obi Toppin. One player on that team made over $10 million last year, and that was Julius Randle. $5 million here, $6 million here. You had a mediocre roster financial wise. And you still got these cats to the fourth seed with two of your better players missing a lot of games, and some of your other players missing them out because of injuries. I think he did. I just think that you can't not underestimate what that man did with that team last year to get them to what they did. And you think about Tibbs real quick. When Tibbs was in Chicago, he won. What happened when Tibbs left?
It went down. They tanked.
He went to Minnesota. Turned that around. What happened when he left Minnesota? He come to New York when New York was down, and he turned them up. Come on, man. You know what I mean? Let's be real about this, man. So the man is a winner. He's 120 some games over 500 winning. So I think that's why me. I was hoping it was him at the beginning. I thought it was a no brainer. Like you get Tom Thibodeau in here, he'll get this thing right because that's what he do. He's a basketball coach. He's New York City coach. He's gritty. He's grimy. He's hard. He go hard at it. That's New York City basketball. That's what the Knicks been missing. Coaches who hard. You know what I mean? And he go hard. And he's about it. And like I said, where he come from and the spirit through the New York coaching system. Born in Connecticut, coached in New York. Houston. And he been around. He won a championship with Doc Rivers over there. Think about since Tibbs left Doc Rivers. Doc Rivers ain't won a championship.
And he got the right staff around him too.
Right. Them
guys could have went somewhere else and coach, but they say nope. Only one that left was Mike Woodson, and we got to respect. He went back to his alma mater. Nothing wrong with that. But you know what? Penny Payne, they wanted him, and the other young
Bryant.
what's his name again?
Johnny Bryant.
Exactly. people they was on him too. So that shows you something. Them guys could have went on. They wanted to stay, and they gonna be gunning for these coaches again. But it's something coaching. Like with this team, what Tibbs has done, and the World Wide West, Perry and Leon Rose.
Yep. Yeah. And my man, I think my man, after what my man did in after what my man did in the summer league, I think he take Woodson's spot. They gonna keep it in the family. Watch. They gonna give Yasumoto Woody's spot. Just by what he did in summer league. Because he was already on the bench anyway. Or Kenny Payne move up higher. Somebody moving up higher, but I don't think they bring in another coach. I think they promote him and move Kenny Payne up behind Johnny Bryan, whatever the case may be, something like that. And I think that's what they do. And I think he deserved it because he's been with Tibbs for years. He go everywhere Tibbs go, he's there. Right. So like I said, it's family and they comfortable. You know what I mean? They know each other ways and actions. I just think it bodes well for these cats, man. But Johnny Bryan gonna be the next man up. I agree. I think if Knicks win one and Tibbs decided to hang it up, or they win one time to get to his 5th year. But I don't know if Johnny Bryan might be around. He might be a high demand. You know what I mean? Right. Being a high demand coach. But if not, he definitely would be next after Tibbs. But he might be in high demand if the Knicks keep winning.
Right. And also you got Taj and D Rose next up.
Yeah, right.
I'm telling you, Taj gonna wind up coaching one day.
That makes sense
with the Knicks, and then D Rose, you never know. They say he coaches right on the bench too, so they gonna be right. They learning all that stuff from Tibbs right now. They've been with him since Chicago days. So imagine all that, like you said, Devon, all that knowledge they learned, all those years, that knowledge, the pieces that we don't even see. We just see the finished product on the floor. Imagine the day-to-day. Tibbs, he lives, sleep basketball, right? He not married and got no kids, right?
Right. Oh yeah, he married to that X and O book. So
that's wild right now, right? Come on, man. Like the man 60-something years old, not married, nothing wrong with it, but man,
he's like basketball life ago.
So his kids are the players he's engaging with every day. So all that knowledge, so that them guys can call him at 3-4 o'clock in the morning. He pick up like, hey, I need, so can y'all just imagine playing for this guy and no wonder why these players don't want to play for him?
Right.
That's amazing.
Yeah, you know what? That's what kills all the hyperbole. Tibbs run players in the ground. Everybody get injured. The thing that bugged me out the most was when they said that Derrick Rose got injured because of Tibbs. No, Derrick Rose went up in the air. He went up in the air and came down the wrong way. That ain't had nothing to do with Tibbs coaching them no 36. I'm like, yo, y'all serious right now? I'm like, the dude was up in the air, jumped up in the air, and came down, and he hurt something. Mitchell Robinson jumped up in the air, he came down and landed on somebody's foot. I'm like, and no player ever played for him. You hear them say that, you know what I mean? So I be like, yo, what are these cats doing? But I just want to say that Tibbs is a good coach, man. He's a good coach. Record speak for itself. And what he did for us last year can't go unnoticed. So I think along with the team that we brought in this year, I think we're gonna be ready to get at it. I think we're gonna be ready to get at it.
And 2-time, it takes a lot to win 2 coaches of the year, like 10 years apart. That means that your skills haven't gone anywhere. And how many coaches have we had that have been 2 times winning that award?
Yeah, absolutely. Great point.
And he made us like a top 10, a top 3D. I didn't think last year we would be that good defensively. We didn't really have no lockdown players. But yeah, man, I'm excited about a Mitch and a Jericho because those guys can get out on the perimeter and they can switch any pick and roll and contain the guard.
Yeah. That's the future to me. I'm hoping that's the future right there. Mitchell Robinson and Jericho Sims at the 5 for New York City. I'm hoping that's the future right there. Give Mitch 4 years. If something come along, I'm sorry you trade Noel in a packet for somebody. Let Jericho back up fly. I'm good. That's why I said we striking distance away from killing it because, like I said, Alec Burks and my man contract, them things are so movable. It's ridiculous that you can get almost an aspiring and talent. You bring Jericho Sims up behind Mitchell Robinson a year from now, whatever the case may be, or if you have to put Noel on a trading block, I think Jericho Sims can give you 2 blocks.
Right.
I think he can give you 2 blocks. I think he can give you an 8 and 8 just on effort alone. And as big as he is, and the way he jumped, and him, Obi Toppin, and Mitch unaffected. That it would be crazy. You talking about athleticism? Him, Obi Toppin, and Mitchell Robinson. Oh my goodness, bro! I would love to see that dunk contest in practice.
Hey, Devon, he can shoot a little bit too, though.
Yeah, he can.
He can shoot,
right,
and dribble. So that's Sims, McBride, and Grimes.
We good.
Those three is future. So, like, to your point, you make a very good point. Like those contracts are very movable.
Mm-hmm.
So they might even be. I'm pretty sure they're looking at that. Like, well, if we got to move them, we got these 3 guys right behind them that can learn our whole system for a year. Let's throw them into the dog pound. Let's see what they're gonna do. So it's all about what's gonna happen during this preseason.
You're right. I think training camp dictates it all. And you're right, Shaw Powell, and he got a nice low post game. His foot movement is phenomenal. I was seeing when he got a rebound in summer league. He must have moved that. He stayed on the pivot, but he swung that other foot like 3 times. Then and just went up with the ball and just oofed it. I'm like, okay, this cat really know how to play basketball. You know what I mean? I think it's a good problem to have. So that's why I do think that Noel contract could be very, very movable if they figure they want to. It's 2 ways I can see this thing going. Because Mitch want to start, you trade him for Cat. Or to me personally, you put Noel down the line in the package if you got to get another star and you bring Jericho Sims at the backup 5. Then about the 2 best scenarios I can see that New York will have to do. Either you trade, or whether it be Miles Turner or whoever, hypothetically, you either trade Mitch to another team where he could start and bring in a player who either better than him at that 5. If you don't bring in a player better than Mitch, then to me you don't move Mitch, you move Noel. I don't see moving Mitch if you don't even bring in a player like a Karl Anthony Towns or somebody at the 5 like Miles Turner. Then about the only 2 dudes I think I would have to say, okay, I'm gonna have to give up Mitch for that. And I don't think I want to give up Mitch, but I'm saying if the organization was looking at it from maybe this could help me win now, I would probably think that. But I do think Jericho Sims can be him and Mitch could hold it down for 4 years though. I really do think he can.
Yeah.
So.
He could be the surprise packet of the season, like Jericho. You know, we get an injury from one center. Yeah, we're good. You know, Obi can give you minutes. This other Sims can give you minutes. I just think, if anything, you know, we need a few more wing defenders. But if RJ steps up and Grimes can do the job, salute Chris.
So, Chris,
where do you guys think we sit with like perimeter defenders and hiding Reggie Bullock's absence?
That's a good point. I think it's going to have to be done pretty much by committee. I do think that it's going to be. I think we might be playing more help defense this year than we did last year without Reggie Bullock. You know, Reggie Bullock one who can. But like I said, I think it all depends how training camp play out. You know what I mean? I do think having Mitch back makes a big difference. Now you got 2 shot blockers instead of 1. You got him and Noel. So you know, and Obi, I think Obi is strong enough. And if he could do what he did in summer league, get a couple of blocks here and there, and stay in front of these guys, then I think his game takes a step up defensively. I think Alec Burks, you know, he ain't no Reggie Bullock, but I don't think he's a slouch. You know what I mean? I think he's a competitor. I think they got a lot of competitors there. So I'm not worried about that too much, but I think it might take a little step back, and I'm fine with that. I'd rather take a step back defensively just to gain that much offense, because we were down at the bottom of the league last year in offense. So if our offense can take a step up to the top 15, top 10, or whatever, and our defense stay within the top 10, I'm good with that. I still think that's championship level. If we lose a little bit to gain more in the offense, that we do need it for sure.
Yeah, I think so. I think Fournier can hold his own. Bacon, to me, it's Bacon, Grimes, McBride, and RJ as being able to really, really lock people down, and stop that penetration. Because don't forget, Kemba Walker's not the same defender Peyton is. Kemba Walker will get blow-bys, a few times. So rim protection's key. But I think, what do you also think about Kemba's knees? Do you think, what severity and what do you think's been said so far, and how true it is about his knee?
From what I really, I think, I think he got arthritis of that nature. Something it's like one of them arthritis type injuries. It's gonna be a part of your league, but I don't think it's like a structural issue. I just think that it's one of them nagging type of injuries like arthritis, where there's always going to be pain. I mean, it's always going to be pain. How severity of the pain that might determine, but I do think I'm not as pessimistic as a lot of people is about Kemba Walker in that situation. I mean, you know what? You got to look at his career. How long has he had that injury? Whether just recently or the man went to been in the league 10 years with a full All-Star, the All NBA team. When did that stop? He had 19 points a game last year in 43 games. I don't know. How long the injury history been, so I can't really speak on it like that, CT, because I don't know when did he first got injured, and because I didn't follow Kemba Walker like that in Charlotte because I'm a Knicks fan, but I don't know how long it's been there, so I can't. It's hard for me to say, and that's why I don't never speak about it and say he got an injury history because I don't know.
Hey, Devon and CT, we all followed Derrick Rose career. That's all I got. I can end it with that.
Right.
Has Kemba Walker had more injuries than Derrick Rose? And we thought Derrick Rose was dead for, like some people. Like, as far as his injuries, he came back, didn't want, so my thing is that the Knicks didn't think that Kemba was ready to perform at another level, he wouldn't have been here.
Right.
That man is hungry. He don't forget, like Derrick Rose, he has a lot of things to prove. Kemba Walker has a lot to prove. I still got like Derrick Rose. So I think Kemba gonna come out stinging, and that's why I said this team is gonna be dangerous because you got a lot of guys playing with chips on their shoulders, and not only chips on their shoulders, you got a lot of guys that's gonna be competing. Like Quickley, I don't want that young boy McBride coming up. I think I said that earlier. So I think Kemba is ready.
Mm-hmm. Hey, you know what? Just for laughs, you know what I would like to happen on October 20th. The man who called the Big East finals, the Big East against Pitt in 2011. Soon Kemba Walker stepped back and hit him with the cardiac Kemba. That's all I want to hear. That's all I want to hear. Opening night against Boston, payback. Kemba Walker hit somebody at the top of the key with a step back, drop him and pull up, and my man like cardiac Kemba. It's over. It's over. That's what I want to see. But yeah, man, we for the fun, that's what I think we got a good problem with Kemba Walker. I'm not worried about that. I do think he's gonna give us a man. Listen, say what you want. Numbers speak for themselves. The truth is that with his facts. Kemba Walker got good numbers. You know what I mean? He got good numbers. I mean, that's the truth. I don't care how you. And here's another thing, people. Look at his. One thing he do good on defense. He take a lot of charges. Now that I do know.
Facts.
Kemba Walker take a lot of charges. I mean, and to me, that bodes well too, because now you got Mitch and Noel back there. This cat taking charges like that every now and then. That's front court and back court defense. I think it's just. I think hopefully be healthy guys, and he more healthy than he is more positive than negative. Then I think he have a big impact on the Knicks.
Right.
I just think his days of 36, 38 minutes, like carrying Charlotte and things, that's thing of the past now.
Right.
If he sticks to 28, 30 minutes max, then he should be healthy, for 65 games. I think rest on the back-to-backs, and if we're blowing teams out as well, like give McBride a chance. Let's say we're up 12 with 8 minutes to go. Just sit him down. Let Rose play or someone like that. Protect Kemba for the playoffs that's my main key as coach. He's out. Yeah,
that's why we have so many guards. I think for these facts that we throwing out right now, if we was in these boardrooms, we'll be thinking that the biggest problem the Knicks had in the past couple of years is guard play. Like we this year we have no excuse for guard play.
None.
We shouldn't have no excuse for guard play.
None.
We got so many different guards that can come in and out. You know, some of them prove them, some of them not proven. Quickley still got to prove himself. McBride got to really prove himself. So can you imagine Quickley and McBride coming in and doing what they did in Summer League, going to another level? We give that rest to Kemba and Rose and you know, we don't know what Valdoza was going to happen with him, but you know, it's not looking too good for him. You know,
it's gonna be a battle, man. It's gonna be a battle.
If Valdoza can take the two-way, the second two-way, I'd be happy to keep him around. You know, but
sorry, CT, go ahead, brother.
Yeah, no, that was it.
Oh yeah, you know what? He's the one that I think everybody's still sleeping on. I think people are not giving him a fair shake because of what they've seen coming out of the Olympics and being injured. You know, traveling, coming. You know, don't forget he played in the qualifying to get to the Olympics. You know what I mean? He was playing the season before he came to the Knicks. So I mean, and then he got injured. I think training camp tells it all for all of them.
Right.
I think that's another cat we can't count out. He might go in there. He might go in training camp and like take that European stuff and make it happen. You don't know. We don't know because you can't judge a person off a week of basketball. And I tell people that all the time. People do go through slumps. People do have bad weeks. People have bad couple of weeks. It can happen. You know what I mean? So who's to say that we might have caught Valdoza at a bad time, and you know, with going through him. You know what I mean? So let's see how training camp come. Everybody get a fair shot. You know what I mean? Right. Everybody get a fair shot, and I think that's a good problem for the Knicks to have, though. You know, I think it is. I think we got to wait to see because I was hyped on him. I mean, just his skill set, I'm hyped on.
Right.
I'm very big on what that cat could do with basketball. Now, can it translate to the NBA? That's a whole different story. But I do like what he could do with a basketball. He got a Lonzo Ball type vision. He could pull up off the dribble. He can catch and shoot. He can penetrate. Now, what the level competition is different. You know, that's the only thing I got to base it off of what he did in his league. But other than that, though, the cat got skills. I know that much. He got skills. What can he do with it in the NBA? That's a whole different story. Yo, a lot of peace to the God. Salute.
I think Valdoza is a confidence player. Like he seems a bit shy, timid, you know. Mm-hmm. I think with 20, 25, 30 NBA games, we'll start to see his skill. But right now he's not ready for that, for the bright lights, you know, to me. You know, I think McBride's sort of tried and tested in college and he's hard nosed. He's ready from day one.
Right.
You know.
Okay. Yep. So that's what I mean. The competition is steep. KJ is steep down there for real.
And don't forget, Fournier still could bring that ball up too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You know, to some Grimes surprised me with his ball handling skills too as well. So even though he's a rookie and that was summer league, but it's so many guys that can just bring the ball up now. So we, you know, October 5th. I can't wait. October 5th is the date we set on.
Yeah, a lot of changeable parts, man. Interchangeable parts. I just hope we come into the season healthy. I think if we come into the season healthy, we get out the gate real good. I think that'll bode well for us. It's going to be a tough battle here. The East have got real better this year. A lot of teams improved themselves, but like I tell everybody, look at what we did too. Not about the superstar names, about what we did. We brought in the places that we needed. CT, what we talked about all the past season. When the season was over, we need the 1 and the 3 taken care of. That was our main objective. You know, and I'm quite sure all the content creators and all the streams felt the same way. I said we need to fix the 1 and the 3, and we went out there and addressed the 1 and the 3. So to me, they did what they had to do. They made that team better because they addressed the need that they needed to address, and they did it. That'd be different. They didn't do it. They addressed the most two important positions on that team this year, the 1 and the 3. You know what I mean? Yeah, and I think they did what they had to do, and now to have, you know, brought back the guys who deserve to be there because they got you the way you are. I think that bodes well. So I like the way it went down. I like the whole summer. I like the acquisition of the rookies. I think we brought in some talent here. I think we brought in some talent, and I'm pretty satisfied going into the regular season. Man, I can't wait to get it popping. Like you said, this thing ain't going fast enough for me.
We're less than a month away.
Mm-hmm.
Less than a month away, man. October 5th. Hey, Devon, you plan on doing a live preseason show that day?
Yes, sir. I'm gonna be on. Normally during the season, I'm on the night show and the morning show. So, okay. I do the night show. I do the morning show. or during the season. You know what I mean? Because I know it's a lot of basketball to talk about after the game and all that stuff. Though, yeah, I'm in full gear, man. I'm ready to roll. Getting a lot of things together, calling shows. We get it popping, and I'm working on the infrastructure for the Knicks Real Talk, man. Got a new promo video I'm coming out. It's like a montage with the Knicks players, myself. Got the beats popping, got the lyrics popping. I got some montage going down. I got the merch, like the logo y'all see up there, Knicks Real Talk. I got the hats coming out, not like the old ones I got. That's the new logo up there. I'm had the hoodies and everything, man. Just for the family. You know what I mean? And have a good year, have a fun year with this thing, because I think the Knicks gonna have a fun year. We're gonna be in here a lot of nights happy.
Hey, look, hey, Divine and CT, y'all both need to do a battle, man. Cause the streets is buzzing. Soundtrack is hot when it first come in. Divine, I love your when you first come in. It's beautiful, man. So y'all got some talent, man. And if I was a rapper, I would ask y'all, let me get up on one of those one of the freestyles, man. Get up on there,
Yeah, man. That was the way of life for me, man. So that's part of my DNA. But I'm excited, man. I'm excited because I'm more excited about the Knicks community we building here with the chat, with the people streaming in, and everybody who subscribes to the show. Thank you. You know what I mean? I'm still trying to get to there where I need to get to, but I'm gonna get there. I need to get to that 1,000 plateau before I can really get this thing popping. But Rome wasn't built in one day. I'm in my rookie year. I'm good. You know what I mean? But I'm looking forward to it, being able to bring the content to everybody, man. And we talk Knicks, man. We one big happy family, like Worldwide West say. You know what I mean? And we Knicks fans, man. We here. You know what I mean? And I get to speak to people that I never get to speak to. I get to interact with brothers like you guys who I never, and a sister on Queen called the MBK family, everybody. You know what I mean? All the content creators. It's a beautiful thing when you can come together for a couple of hours and be able to have some fun with something, have some good dialogue and conversation. And I think the Knicks do that for us. You know what I mean? So I'm excited about it. Yeah, I'm excited about it.
Man. I haven't felt this good before a season since I maybe became a fan. So I think there's going to be a lot of records made off the Knicks. There's going to be a lot of kids made. There's going to be a lot of stuff happening. A lot of merch being sold. A lot of stocks going up, and I just can't wait. It's
we need a new theme song. I'll tell you that much. We need a 2021 theme song. Remember the '94 Knicks theme? We need to y'all got to remake the song, man. Come on, y'all got the tools for it.
I'll get it.
What do you think? What do you think about what do you think about the hardwood being changed back to orange?
That was nice.
I think
I was happy about that. Yeah, that was nice. I like it. I was happy about that for sure. Yeah, I can't wait to see Cookie pull up from there. Yeah, man. It's a beautiful thing right now to be a Knick, man. We suffered for 8 years, man, and we stayed loyal fans. We took the bad with the good, and it was a lot of bad, but it was a process though. But now, we got something we can really feel good about. A product on the floor, a product in the organization. I think we good right now, man. I think the infrastructure is pretty much good. I think we good for a minute. You know what I mean? Let's hope we could just win games, man, and don't let this COVID thing derail what's going on, and we just have a good Knicks season, man. And I'm ready for it. I think we're gonna do good. I know I'm Mr. Optimistic, but I try to be optimistic with facts and and good being knowledgeable about what I see here. But, and I do see that we do got a good thing going though.
Right. Listen, fella, I still get nightmares from '94 from Patrick Ewing missing the finger roll and could have dunked the ball, man. We was up 2 against Houston, man. I'm still getting nightmares.
Salute Uncle Fulio, salute to the chat, man. I get you brothers, Shaw Powers, Alawaz, Will, D. Ross, everybody, man. Salute to all you guys, Jerry Walker, Mike Lugo, Canal, Tibbet, everybody, man. Salute to everybody, man. I'm glad y'all here. We just doing it, man. But it is I think that orange court gonna be nice, and I'm excited about it. And it's gonna be a good season, man. Like I said, I try to look at everything from just a realistic perspective. It's sometimes not about 1 or 2 guys on the team. It's about all 15, or it's all about all 17, whatever the case may be. So I just look at our team overall, and I just think that me personally, from what I seen last year with the Knicks, and what I see this year, the 2 needs that we needed to fill the most, we did. And I think that with that perimeter shooting that we got along with Mitchell Robinson can be a problem for a lot of teams. This is not Alpha Payton and Reggie Bullock. I'm trying to tell everybody it's different. You won't be able to play a zone on the Knicks like CT said this year. You ain't zoning the Knicks like that this year. Not with them shooters out there. Randall 40%, RJ 40%, Fournier 40%. My man, excuse me,
Burks,
30.
Obi.
Oh yeah, come on now.
It's a wrap.
Yeah, you
Knox
got
even
consideration. You know what I mean? It ain't no hyperbole. This is truth and facts. The Knicks got a way better starting five than they had last year with the emergence of Mitchell Robinson coming back and Fournier and Kemba Walker. Forget all the knee injury stuff and all that crap. I ain't even talk about that. I'm talking about the man's skill set. Kemba Walker got skills. 10 year in the league, 4-time All-Star and All-NBA team. You don't make that if you ain't good. You know what I mean? And then I get the injury thing, but I ain't worried about that. You know what I mean? Him like KJ said, Derrick Rose been injured. Look what he doing. So if Derrick Rose went through all that, like KJ said, and he's still here making it happen, putting up numbers he putting up, why is you worried about Kemba Walker so much?
Right. And look, we could bring it. Let Fournier bring the ball up. And start the offense that way. Let him. He could penetrate, make it happen. You know, if we that so much worried about Kemba Walker legs, take him off the ball for a little bit. You know, I doubt that happens, but you know, I'm just saying. You know,
but you know what? I think that's the way that team. I think that team gonna be a swing ball offense. Swing that ball around to the open shooter, because you can run Julius Randle his plays. He's your alpha. You can set your play. You can give Julius Randle his set plays. Which is understandable because he's the horse down there. But at the same time, when you let him run the play that he run for him, and like I said, and if his play ain't happening, you kick it out to one of them open shooters. Because like Tom Thibodeau say, you open, you shoot it. So
we hoping Julius kick it out though.
Huh?
We hoping Julius kick it out so the force it, you know.
Hey, listen, Randall threw up triple doubles last year.
Yeah,
I think. See, that's what I do want everybody to understand. Randall's not a selfish ball player. None of the Knicks ball players are selfish. That's one of the great things about him and RJ. I love about that matchup. They were unselfish.
Right.
You know, other than when Alec Payton always made it hard for it seemed like Alec Payton was going to Julius Randle a lot, but I think that also was by design because Julius Randle was our best player.
Right.
You know what I mean?
They're saying he was selfish, Divine. My whole thing was every time he held that ball, he'll do too much to turn the damn ball over.
Absolutely.
Like, what are you doing? You got to do that. You know, now we know he wasn't selfish, but when he holds that ball there, he do too much, he turned the ball over, and he be like, yo, you could have passed the ball over to RJ for like I don't want to see that.
Nah, he ain't
no reason for weapons there, you know?
Right. No reason for that. And like I said, that could do a lot with what he had around him. You know what? You know, but I think he tried to do too much being a man, you know, but Tibbs changed that last year. He didn't do that last year like he did the year with Fizdale and all of them, and Mike Miller and them. Julius Randle he didn't do that a lot last year. A couple of times he did it because I think the coaching makes a difference. Julius, Tom Thibodeau was like, listen, you don't got the shot, kick it out. Tom Thibodeau brought the basics back to New York basketball, the basics. And look at Mitchell Robinson. When him and Kenny, he didn't foul out last year. The coaching makes a difference. So when people talk about coaches don't make, you must have lost your mind. Coaching makes a big difference because look at Mitchell Robinson under Kenny Payne and Mike Woodson compared to Mitchell Robinson under Fizdale, Smart, Sherry, whatever the other guy's name. No, night and day.
And look what happened with DSJ when he came from Dallas to Fizdale. You know,
shame, man. That's a shame,
man. Yep. And Keith Smart yanked his jump shot.
Yeah, you know? And people, and it's not that you're trying to knock Fizdale, but Fizdale is not no Tom Thibodeau. That's night and day. When I mean night and day, I mean night and day. You know what I mean? That's real talk. Now the coach the Knicks had since Mike Woodson can even come close to Tom Thibodeau. None of them. And Mike Woodson is probably ain't at his level really, but he's there. You know, but Tom Thibodeau is the basketball coach, man. You know, so I do think that a lot of things that went on the year before that. Look at the improvement of the team. Look at RJ's shooting percentage from the foul line, from the free throw line. I mean, from the 3-point line. Look at the drives. Look at his numbers compared to last year's numbers. Look at Julius Randle's numbers last year. They paid the last year's number. Look at all their shooting percentages. Look at all these guys. It happened for a reason because they had a developmental coach coming in who was about holding people accountable. I mean, business, good in that gym, and put your work in. He's accountable. He's a hold accountable coach, and I think to me that's the biggest difference with anything, man. If like if we was a bum show, the chat be like, the chat will hold us accountable. Y'all cast it, nah, y'all ain't popping on nothing. Y'all ain't putting your work in. So the chat will be like, yo, y'all ain't putting your work in. You know what I mean? And that's real talk. I mean, I just think that Tom Thibodeau is that dude like that. He's like, listen, get in the gym. If your jump shot broke, you better fix it or you don't play.
Right.
Frank Miller, Kevin Knox, all you guys, if you ain't going to hustle on defense and hustle, you ain't going to play. That's why Obi played and Kevin Knox didn't. Why? Because he hustled. Effort. He put in effort. So I think Tom Thibodeau is a game changer in New York City. I just think he is. I just think, like, you know, you need somebody to teach you something sometime. Everybody don't know every damn thing. So I think he does that. He teaches you. And I think it showed up in our records, man. So I think with the team, we're bringing in the guys we brought in, bringing in the guys that we brought back, the rookies that we brought in, man, New York going to be real talk this year. I think so. I think so. I'm going on a limb with that 50 win. I'm standing by that. And I ain't changing that for nothing. I know everybody got better. I get all that. We got better too. So I think we got a more dangerous team this year than last year. A healthy Mitchell Robinson, a healthy Alec Burks, Evan Fournier, and Kemba Walker coming to a team that was already good. I think we got a good problem in New York. So I'm going on a limb, fellas.
And KJ, I asked Divine, who was the biggest failure in New York out of Fizdale, Phil, or Isaiah? Yeah, and guess who he picked? You know, who's your pick?
Want me to pick first, or you?
I did mine already. I want to know what you think.
Yeah, you told me.
I did it on the show.
Say it again. Fizdale, Isaiah, and who else?
Or Phil Jackson.
I think he's gonna throw Jeff Hornacek in there too.
Yeah, you could throw him and Derek Fisher, but that falls on Phil.
Yeah, look, Phil. Yeah, I got you.
Phil Jackson wasn't the coach, so I'm gonna go Derek Fisher.
Out of the three that he picked,
you said Fisher,
Phil Jackson, Fizdale, and
Isaiah. Isaiah wasn't coach either, but
he was a GM. He was a GM president. Yeah.
Oh, so all right, okay. It don't matter if you coach a GM, right?
Right.
Yeah. Who was the biggest failure in New York?
Man, Phil Jackson, man. We could have had Donovan Mitchell, man. Joker, man. He picked Frank Ntilikina. Oh man, and don't forget, Dennis Smith Jr. was good his rookie year, but can you imagine if we'd had Donovan Mitchell, man? But 13 teams passed on him.
Right. You know what? The reason why I took Fizdale.
Oh, you took Fizdale, okay.
Yeah, dude, listen. 2 years he coached the Knicks. 17 and something in 1 year, and you won 4
He was hype.
Hey, look.
Yeah, that was tough, man. That was tough, bro. I know we taking it down. I know we had to give him what he was working with. We had to give him the scraps he was working with. They can't.
He was handpicked by Steve Mills.
Right. Steve Mills brought him in. But see, that
lasted 1 year.
We understood the first year, but then you bring in Moot Morris, Bobby Portis, Julius Randle, Taj Gibson, this person, that person, and you come out the gate like 4 and something. I don't give you. And then everybody talking about how bum Elfrid Payton is, but then we all say, well, Elfrid Payton wasn't playing, but now we talking about Elfrid Payton ain't. Nah, they ain't got to do with it. Phil Dell was coaching that team. He came out the gate 14 and 18. You don't.
That was a hard. And we look back now. Woo! I'm happy. I'm happy.
Yo, 4 wins coming out the gate, bro.
Yeah.
4 games, and you got Moot Morris shooting the lights out in MSG. You got Randall doing this thing, 19 and 10. You know, I think the biggest mistake was they didn't start Mitchell Robinson to me, and they started Taj Gibson. But still, 4 wins, and then Mike Miller take over, and he went down at 18, 19 games.
Right.
So it got to be Fizdale.
I think back then though, their biggest mistake was getting rid of Donnie Walsh.
Yeah, back then, yeah, they could.
When they got rid of Donnie Walsh, he turned that team around, man, and got the money right too.
Yeah.
So after that, with Hornacek, Fisher, Phil Jackson, it's just been.
Hey, real quick, CT. I forgot to think about this earlier. I might have to change that because Phil Jackson fired Mike Woodson.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna take. I forget Fidel with Phil Jackson. Yo.
Like, yeah,
He fired
Hey.
Mike Woodson, which he should have kept.
But
listen.
he did draft KP.
Yeah,
You know?
he did. Yeah, you got to
Well,
give
he
him
not
that.
even here no
But
more.
he drafted Frank.
None of them
Hey,
are.
listen,
See, that's
Phil
what was the
Jackson
thing
was
about
here
Phil
for the
Jackson.
money.
Said you fire Mike Woodson, right? Then you give Carmelo an extension for him to be coached by Derek Fisher.
Yeah.
Somebody who Mike Woodson, who Carmelo Anthony respected.
If Phil got Steve Kerr, things might have changed, you know. But
Yeah, right. That's true.
It went downhill after that.
Yeah, that's true. Yep.
Steve Kerr said that was coming.
He preserved the picks. He did a good thing with preserving picks. You know what I mean? I got to give him that. He said no more trading first round picks and stuff like that. So I give him credit on that. You got to give him credit for something that he did good. And he tried to get that salary cap together.
What about Isaiah? You know, Isaiah gave some horrible contracts. You know, oversaw probably the worst history of the organization. You know, sexual harassment. You know, given Jared Jeffries like 7-year deals.
Jerome James.
Yeah.
Still ain't live that one down. He brought in some good people though, but he had some good players. I mean, you know, he got Starbury. I think he get Starbury over here.
Yeah.
Starbury.
David Lee.
Craig Crawford. He had what's my man name? Big time boys. Zach Randolph. You know what I mean? He had David Lee. Isaiah got an eye for talent. That's why I could truly say that. Because even when he was with Toronto, he bought Marcus Camby. What the other Damian Stoudemire. He's a good eye for talent. I think maybe he just wasn't ready to be vice president of operations in New York, but he definitely bought.
I think he picked Ronaldo Balkman.
Yes.
Yeah.
Was that him?
I think Trevor Ariza too. I want to say Trevor Ariza.
Yeah. Was Balkman on the Steph Curry deal where we just missed out on Steph Curry?
See that was a case of bad luck. That's why sometimes the Knicks just catch bad luck. You know what I mean? We missed Steph Curry by one.
Yeah, that was Grunwald, I think.
Yeah, we missed him by one pick.
Oh no, Donnie Walsh. Sorry, that was the Donnie Walsh one.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah, when we missed out on Steph.
Yeah.
And I don't think it was Balkman. We picked up that other Jordan Hill. Yeah.
They ain't paying out too well.
Nene. Remember Nene?
Nene, right. He went on to Houston and Denver Nuggets with Carmelo Anthony and them. And Marcus Camby went over there. They missed on Nene. Nene goes to the Western Conference with Shump and Carmelo Anthony and them cats and get to the Western Conference Finals.
Yeah, we had the right talent, but it was all at the wrong time.
Wrong time, absolutely.
We had the players. Did Isaiah bring Penny Hardaway to us too? Was he the gym when Penny Hardaway came?
That's a good question. I have to do something.
Yeah, he was right. 03, right?
Steve Francis, I think.
Yeah, we had pieces.
Yeah.
Man, we all at the wrong time though.
Yeah, but we know what? A new day has come though.
It just didn't gel, you know, like it was like Starbury, you know, scoring and it's just not enough defense. You know, Eddie Curry, he had potential. Yep. That was a big trade with Chicago.
Yep.
But you know, all in all, I think Phil Jackson was probably the biggest failure in franchise history.
Yeah, I think coming out the gate, Phil Jackson let go of Mike Woodson just to bring people in here to run this. I understand it, but and to me, you know, you got a player like Carmelo Anthony in his prime at that time, and just coming off a 54-win season with Mike Woodson, and even in that year, the next year after that, before they fired Mike Woodson, the Knicks was only 2 games away from 500 with all the injuries. I think Woody would have got him back to the playoffs. So to me, you let up and coming coach like Woody go, who just took Atlanta to like 50-something wins with what's his name, Josh Smith and all them guys. You know what I mean? Got them up there. And then he come to New York and get us to 54 wins, Eastern Conference semis, and then you bring in Derek Fisher. I understand you wanted Steve Kerr. But dang, you gonna make Carmelo Anthony was playing against a coach who just played with him, maybe against him a couple of years ago. You ain't gonna respect that dude as no coach. You know, I just was playing you the other day, you know what I mean? So I think that was a bad move for Phil on that standpoint. I'm like, man, why'd you do that? And then the Jeff Horner's act, and then you got Kurt Rambis take over. I mean, all these coaches, man, like that. You know what? That's why I felt bad for Frank and them guys. Them cats had like 5 coaches in 4 years. You know, I'm like, then you get Raymond Sessions, then you get Manny and Moody, then you get Jared Jack. We cycling all these.
Like what? That's a rough guard, man. You bringing it back.
It was crazy. But that's why I'm so happy about the way we are now. That's why I'm saying all that to say this here. As a Knicks fan, you should be happy with what this team doing right now. You should be ecstatic, bro. You should be ecstatic with the way this organization is rolling right now. Because look at what we've been through the last 8 years.
So I'm not going to lie. Last season was one of the most fun seasons I've had.
Yes, absolutely.
You know, the surprise factor of finishing 4th and sitting at home, you know, in the pandemic, just waiting to watch each game, and seeing Julius Randle become All NBA when we were ready to fly him out.
Right.
Yeah.
That's why it's so exciting. We've been damaged for a long time. Not to go back on people. Pablo Prigioni, Landry Fields, like,
oh man,
like
remember Ron Baker,
the deal,
Sean Baker, Landry,
Bargnani deal, like, come on, like,
oh man,
Lou Amundsen and Alexei Shved.
Come on, man.
We hit rock bottom when Maurice Endor hit that game winner and we lost out on Cat, that number 1 pick, because Maurice Endauer won the last game for us.
Yeah, you're right, a lot wise. I never felt bad for me that they couldn't outplay those guys. They had their opportunity. They did, man. They really did. You know what I mean? It's amazing what you go through as a franchise. And I think we say that how important having structure is in anything in life, whether it's your job, your home, your whatever. Having structure is important, man. If not, it'd be chaos. You know what I mean? It'd just be chaos because nothing is organized. You know what I mean? And I think the organization is organized now. They got a structure together. Scott Perry came in here in 2018, like I said. Scott Perry said, "Nah, you can't get in the gym 3 times. We having double practices. You getting in the gym crazy. We gonna get scouts up in here. We gonna get these cats right. We gonna tear this thing down to the foundation." Scott Perry cleaned house. He said, "I'm gonna get younger. I'm gonna get athletic," and this is his words.
Right.
And I'm gonna bring some athletic people up in here. I'm gonna bring some players up in here. Took him through 2021, and look what he did in 3 years. He got us back to respectability. And now Leon Rose came in just to put the icing on the cake.
Right.
Yeah.
And we're not giving outrageous contracts out no more.
Right. Exactly.
That was the main thing. You know, like the contracts was crazy. They was hurting us every year.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You know, so
every year, man, ridiculous contract. Then he said, "I'm gonna give out 1-year deals until I get this thing together." He been wheeling and dealing. We look at report that we still got the 2 Porzingis picks. And we got Derrick Rose out the deal, and Derrick Rose is playing. You know what I mean? You know, and we got Julius Randle out the deal because we freed up the money with the Courtney Lee and the Tim Hardaway money.
Right.
You know, he cleaned it up, bro. He got us to $50 million in the cap this year, and we got to be able to build this thing a little bit stronger. And now you got flexibility for days. That's why he here. That's why he here.
I was going to ask you fellas, what do you think about this? I'm hearing that the New York vaccination thing could affect Kyrie Irving. You know, he might.
Yeah, yep. It affect a lot of them. They don't get it.
Yeah, that's it. And you know, Kyrie, man, like he's
going to be maybe a bomb drop, you know, in the news soon.
Yeah, you know what's scary to me? If they don't get this thing under control, they're going to go back to the bubble.
Yep.
I'm trying to tell you, that Delta variant is different. If they don't get this thing under control, we're going to be back just like last year.
Right.
Yeah. I thought it's all good.
I mean, you never know. It depends on how bad it gets. You know what I mean? And the only thing they're gonna do is if you're not vaccinated, you're not gonna be able to come in the arenas probably. You know what I mean? So
Right.
I guess it might not bode well for unvaccinated, but if it get out of hand, a variant period, they might have to shut it down again. You just never know. You just never know. You know what I mean? I don't think people taking this thing serious they need to. So I think that they like whatever. You know what I mean? But it can affect a lot of business, man. And y'all seen how I think we resilient. We come out overcome a lot of things, but that was a mess last year with that thing, man. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So let's hope that everybody just do what they got to do. I'm looking forward to it. I would hate to see the Knicks go have a bad season. Have a good season, but because of this COVID stuff, it just I'll be. I'm looking forward to a good season actually. So
I think we all are, man.
Mm-hmm.
And then to your point, Devon, like I said, I hope something that doesn't happen. We in a momentum, and then we got to shut down for 2-3 months, and then go back and play it again. It's like, what do we do? Like you don't know.
Mm-hmm.
And then don't forget, for that bubble, all the teams wasn't invited, so it was like, if you miss season that happens, does all the teams go into the bubble, or do you split it up into different regions? So
yeah, Will, I don't see it neither. I hope so, man. I'm glad you put that up there. I hope not. You know what I mean, the NBA is still trying to recover from that bubble. You know what I mean? Because you lost all that fan, that audience, that attendance money, and things of that nature. So let's hope
there's 2 new teams coming. I think mark that down in 2 seasons, or at least there'll be 1 new franchise, or maybe 1 relocate and 2 more new ones. We'll have a Vegas one. We might have a Seattle one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's right.
Do you think OKC go back out there, or do you think somebody gonna relocate, or you think they're just gonna put 2 more new teams in another market?
I think for the money they want to add 2 more, but there will also be some relocation. It could be Minnesota. They're up for sale?
Yeah,
did they get bought?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, they actually got bought. I think that deal closed. I think Alex Rodriguez own them cats now, so they were talking about that. You know what they I got a feeling they might do? They might send one of them teams to Vegas.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I think Vegas would be definitely the Atlanta spot for a new team.
It'll be popping. It's close to LA, close to Phoenix, Sacramento, Warriors. Imagine those road games. They don't have to travel too far.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Well, think about Vegas. They got a football team, a hockey team. They got UCLA, basketball, and all they need is a football. I mean, not football, baseball. They don't got a baseball team here, right? In Las Vegas, though.
Yeah, and they could play out of the T-Mobile. It's already the arena's already there.
Right.
They just have to strike a deal. Summer League, they'll be close to there. A lot of advantages if you're that Vegas team.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah. West Coast. Real quick, let me read our wise chat real quick. He said they should keep the same protocols in place for those who want to take it. Since getting it, you can still catch it and pass it. Yeah, absolutely. I can see that. I can see them doing that. Keep the same protocol in place for sure. But yeah, salute, be civilized, man. Peace to you, my brother. You're a piece of the chat, man. Salute to the chat and everybody in here, man.
Salute.
For sure. Yeah, Vegas got the Raiders. Absolutely, shot powered. I think that's why I said Vegas, because I think that Vegas got the Raiders. They got the WNBA team, right? Now I'm mistaken. Yeah, they got I think Wilson playing out there. And who else they got? And then, like I said, they never know. They might bring a baseball team. You never know. And Minnesota just ain't popping. They got the, because I think that's just a Viking town. You know what I mean? The Minnesota Vikings. That's royalty out there. You know what I mean? Like to me, nice New Orleans Pelicans is. They ain't the New Orleans Saints. You know what I mean? It's somebody. Them football fans out there. You know what I mean? Them Saint fans. So it's interesting with the Vegas thing. I think that might be a good selling ground for them. One of them teams, like
the Nets. Like imagine in 3 years when Kyrie, Harden, and KD are finished, and that franchise is back to ground zero, and the New York Knicks are competing every year in 3 more years. You're you're not going to be able to find a Nets fan in town.
Yep.
They might as well come back to New Jersey.
Yeah, I'm going on a limb. I still think because of the way things can happen, I'm talking about the way things can happen. I think the Knicks win a championship before the Nets do.
I hope that happens. I really want that.
I think the Knicks win a championship. I said that about a couple of months ago. See, I think that to me, just the way that team. I don't wish nothing on nobody, but I just think that what they trying to do is hard to achieve with the players they got in there, and if you look at their history, it's just like a bad omen with that. I think Harden, he always going to have hamstrings. You don't get him one year and don't have him the next year. Hamstring is a hamstring. You know what I mean? Kyrie going to miss some games. Durant going to be one of the top 5 in the game, but still, I just don't think that and them cats saying I don't think they're gonna win before the Knicks. I don't think so.
Durant might want to come to the Knicks in a couple years.
Yep, I don't think they win for the Knicks. I'm going on the limb.
Here's too much money right now.
I think Kyrie will be the first to dip. Either injury or retire or something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Harden and KD, I could see going for another 3-4 years, but Kyrie, he just doesn't seem to be in it. And also, they shipped out their friend DeAndre Jordan.
Yes, yeah.
Who,
the man that was cool, they shipped them out. That's wild, all right?
Yeah, they brought in a lot of players, but I like they brought in the LaMarcus Aldridge. They brought in which kind of what's interesting about
Blake.
that? Yeah, Blake. We know what's interesting about that. When you are LaMarcus Aldridge and you used to being a top dog, your game is about rhythm. How many shots you gonna get up on that team? Because KD, Kyrie, and Harden and Joe Harris gonna get the majority of them shots. Then you got Blake Griffin there. You got whoever they brought in. You got a lot of guys gonna be aiming to play with a basketball. See, the Knicks don't have that problem.
Right. They brought in Patty Mills as the backup.
Right. That's exactly. So you got a lot of guys who need the ball.
Right.
Even but at the same time, a lot of them like Blake Griffin and Immanuel used to volume. They had to get up like 15, 20 shots when they were playing, and they on their respective team like the Clippers and him at San Antonio. They was that dude there. You know what I mean? Right. So I think basketball is a game of rhythm, and I just think that are you going to be able to get a rhythm with 5 or 6 shots a game? It's just hard to do. But see, we don't have that problem, and that's why I like the way the Knicks are. Not because we know they way talented than us, but I don't think we got the issues they have. That's my opinion. I don't think we got the issues they have. Our team is pretty much set. They bringing in new guys who got to gel together other than who was there last year. They got Patty Mills got to gel with these guys. LaMarcus Aldridge got to gel with these guys. Blake got to gel with them for a whole season. It's a lot of ifs in that situation. Right. So that's why I think the Knicks might be in a better. I think the Knicks will win a ring before them because we busted. We one player from getting where we got to go. Right. You bring the right player. The Knicks can definitely do what Atlanta did last year, easy. And like y'all guys said earlier, let's say if something happened with Philly, like CT say, Philly don't pan out. Let's say if like the Nets wind up getting an injury that might affect what they do. Let's say things could change. A lot of things that happen. That's the NBA. Things happen. I mean, we can even take a back step if we fall and get injured, like he said about Julius Randle. All that stuff can happen. But I think if we stay pretty much healthy, I think the Knicks got a good shot to definitely be in a 4-3. Because I think everybody talking about Chicago, they got DeRozan, they got this guy, but everybody always talking about how good of players they got because they could score. Right. I ain't talking about how good they play defense. You know what I mean?
I think we'll take it to Brooklyn right now. I wouldn't be surprised if we split both games 2-2.
Anybody right now, anybody.
Mm-hmm. Because
anybody needs.
You got to say Julius Randle. You got to say Julius Randle compete against any one AB player in the league. So in other words, if you got a cat could drop 30, we got one could drop 32. You know what I mean? Yeah. I think you got to put Julius Randle in that conversation. Like if Antetokounmpo could score 30, Julius Randle could score 30. If Durant could score 30, Julius Randle can get you 30 points. He can shoot the ball that good. So I think we got a player who can go a mano with their best player. Now, if Fournier pop and RJ take another step, and Kemba, now you got a guy like Kemba Walker. If your point guard can give you 20, I got a guy who can give you 22. You understand what I'm saying? I think we got to take that into consideration. if you're a small forward like John Collins hypothetically dropped 19 or 20, Evan Fournier could drop 19 or 20 easy. He could do that. So I just think that we got to take that in consideration that we got better too. You know what I mean? So I'm dying to see what this thing happen. I think the Knicks win one before them. I'm going out on a limb. Knicks real talk. Y'all heard it. No hyperbole. I eat crow. If it don't happen, I eat crow. You can put barbecue sauce on it, whatever you want. I eat it. But I'm going with the Knicks. So Knicks before Brooklyn for sure.
I like that. Knicks before Brooklyn. I like that. Put that on the shirt, D.
Yes, sir.
Knicks before Brooklyn. Exactly.
Yeah, I don't think Steve Nash better than Tom Thibodeau. They lost Mike D'Antoni. You know.
Hey, look, all they running is old Phoenix early 2000s offense. That's all. No defense, it's all offense, you know. So
yeah, facts a lot wide. They lost Jeff Green. Jeff Green was huge for them. He was giving Randall problems last year, believe it. Jeff Green, yeah, they lost him. He was a big part of that team, man.
Yeah.
So the East could be anything can happen, like you guys said. Miami gonna be tough. I think they got a good start of 5. I had a debate about that with Von, with Ian to be here. I think they got a good start of 5, but I do think that our bench is strong though. Our bench is still strong. I think that's the difference making the bench and our defense what catapults me over a lot of teams in the East.
Right.
It's our bench and our defense.
We got to watch out for the Pacers too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Pacers got a nice little squad. They're
gonna be tough.
Yeah, but they said TJ Warren is still recovering.
He might not be
from
ready.
That's been a long time.
Mm-hmm.
I hope Mitch's foot, when you get those fractures, they can take longer to heal.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm hoping. No, I don't know the severity of Mitch's. You know, that's one thing that I didn't never get the full thing on what was the severity of it, whether level 1, level 2, whatever. And I think that's what don't got me so in panic mode. I don't think from what I heard, I didn't hear out of the Knicks camp. They don't break a lot of stuff, but I didn't hear it was like a major one. You know what I mean? That's from what I read. So who knows? But yeah, man, we got good problems all over the place.
NCT and Divine, and that's why I said, hey, look, I would not be surprised if Mitch come off the bench and start the season.
Yeah, I can see that. Okay, I can see.
Like I said, hey, maybe he throw Obi at the 5, certain games, and Noel and save Mitch, for when we really, really need him. Starting Mitch and bring him back into it, So I can really see that happening.
I can see it, but I tell you what, I think Mitch gonna wreak havoc. I think when he do,
he's hungry.
He hungry, man. That boy hungry. I mean, anybody been playing for a $1.8 million or $1.2 million for the last 3 years? Come on, that boy hungry.
Yeah. He want that money. See all the bags getting delivered this summer.
Right, exactly. Yeah, everybody getting bags. Mitchell Robinson gonna be hungry, bro. He probably one of the hungriest cats in the league. You ask me.
And you know what? We forget that he only making $1.8 million this year.
Right. That's why I never understand why people so quick to trade Mitchell Robinson. We're in the NBA. You gonna get 8 and 8, maybe possible 10 and 12 at that time for $1.8 million.
Yeah, we got to steal right. So
I never understood to this day why you would give that dude up. The dude made 1.8. It ain't like he made 20 million, 17 million. He injured. The dude was injured. And he only made $1.8 million. What you crying about? Right. Now that's worse than somebody making 40 million and out. Like that's worse than Kawhi Leonard making 40 million and ain't playing. Mitch Robinson playing for that
Kemba deal could be the deal of the whole league.
Yes.
Think about this. Yeah, you got Kendrick Nunn making about the same money that Kemba's making.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man. So
man.
Yeah, that's why we got a good thing going on in New York City right now. Y'all can't stay optimistic. Keep following these platforms, man. All these content creators and Streets of Butler, Knicks Real Talk, BX Sports, Jedi, nothing but Knicks, my man, Simeon, Queens Court, everybody. This is gonna be on fire this year, man. At least we gonna get it. We gonna make it be fire down here. I don't everybody can speak for themselves, but we gonna get a popper down here in Knicks Real Talk. This season gonna be hot. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be exciting. And I want to make sure we on the forefront of this thing, man. You know what I mean? Because I just think we're gonna be seeing some good stuff this year. I really do. Compared to last year, if this year topped last year, my wife probably sent me to the crazy house.
look for these opportunities like KJ. You said, Divine. If there's a big move to happen, It will happen this season. You know, I think they're not trying to wait no longer than they need to. If something shakes loose, then hey, Thibodeau's 64 years old. You know, he's going to be in Leon's ear to say, you know, get it done. We go head to head with Brooklyn as the two powerhouses.
Right.
Yeah. Brooklyn for me. I want Brooklyn. I want Milwaukee. I want the creme de la creme. I'm glad. I want to come out the gate against the best. You know what I mean? To be the best, you got to beat the best. You know what I mean? I wanted to come out and let that way you know what this by the trading by the All-Star game or the trading deadline, we know what this team is about. That's why I want us to come out against the top dogs. Go ahead and battle them, see where you stand against them. Then time the trading deadline come, you will see where you at and what you need to do. So I'm looking forward to playing Milwaukee twice and before the I think before the All-Star break or Christmas, whatever. I'm looking forward to playing Atlanta and the Brooklyn Nets. I want to see what our team. We got Boston Celtics coming out the gate. I mean, I want to see what the Knicks made of. You know what I mean? I think that's going to determine, do we got enough talent at the All-Star break or the trade deadline, I meant to say, to make this team better. That's what I think we'll fall that for me. But I think we good. If everything gel like that it is on paper, I think we got a pretty good chance though. To have a good season anyway.
Absolutely. Any night, man. With the team we got, the pieces we got, we compete against anybody. We showed that last year. Just on defense, on effort alone. Even if our shots was going on, they still showed effort. You know, many times we've been down by 10, 15. Effort got us back in those games. So, and we just added these pieces. The same team just added 2-3 more pieces to it now.
Yeah.
We really gonna get this thing going, man. Like, I'm with you, Divine and CT.
Yeah, we got to get it going.
Scary. Very scary.
Yeah, I'm on CT. I'm on CT wagon. I think we can. I think we compete for that 3. Because, like I said, if they don't resolve that Ben Simmons thing, that's going to be hard to that could screw up a locker room, big time. They got to get that thing resolved. Philly got to get that thing resolved before training camp. There's no way you want to go into training camp with that situation.
Nah, Devon is done anyway. Like it's too many things that even if he do play, he not really gonna play. He gonna play, but he gonna be like, man, he gonna go through the motions. I work hard. I'm still getting paid. You know, like, you know, once you're done with a situation, you done. You like, I'm still getting paid, but you know what? I'm not really into it. I know what you guys are trying to do for me. You know what? I don't need to play. Why? He might say, you know what? I'm not reporting. I'm still getting paid.
Yep.
So
see, that's what I mean. A situation like that and a situation like Brooklyn could turn that East around. It could turn it around. It really can. And like I said, you know what? One thing I do like about, you know, the Knicks, the team that we got right now, like I said, Julius plays 71 games, RJ plays 72. Quickley plays 64. Bullock being here plays 65. Who else played? Noel plays 64. Toppin plays 62.
wow.
And so that was good in the 72-game season. You know? We didn't have dire injuries. And I think Derrick Rose did well when he came. I don't know how many games he played with Detroit, but Derrick Rose played 35 games, at least with the Knicks. You know what I mean? I think Alec Burks is the one that had the most, 20. He only played 49. Mitchell Robinson, 31. So, I mean, you know, and people like Noel Pell, Frank Ntilikina, Dennis Smith Jr., Austin Rivers. I mean, you know what, Alfred Payton, you know, we way better than that now. So I don't see what the issue will be for me this year if we stay healthy. We haven't been an injury rattle team for as decimation. We've been injured in like little pockets and no major injuries other than Mitchell Robinson probably was one of the most
let me tell you something.
Devastating.
We might have been the second or third seed if Mitch would have played. He missed 41 games.
Right. That's what I'm talking about, God. He could that could
D Rose. We didn't have D Rose for like more than half of the season.
Yeah, so yeah, hey fellas, man, CT, you're right, third, but I can see he's at the 2. Never know. It may be one.
Alec Burks missed 23 games last year.
Wow, that's a lot.
Yeah,
49 games last year. That's why I was telling people he had the COVID thing issue. He had another injury that he had. Ankle. So he missed. And they still won 41 games. So if you pencil him and Mitch in for 20 games last season, just pencil them for 20 games. I think they would have won 4 or 5 of them the way they were playing.
Right.
You know what I mean? And then now you add Kemba Walker and my man Fournier. So and Quickley plays. He missed 8 games. Obi only he was injured out the gate. Obi Toppin he missed 10 games, but he played 62. Good for him. He played 62 games last year, so that was good. So we didn't have a team that was just straight injury prone. We just had nicks and bruises here and there. Salute Tone Crow. I think this year we can stay relative healthy. And I think Julius Randle. One thing about Julius Randle, RJ, them guys work hard. I mean, they take care of their bodies. And like I said, 71 and 72 games, a whole season, bro.
Yeah, you can't. Come on, man.
And Julius Randle set that one because I think he got kneed in his thigh or something like that, real bad, and he sat out that one game. So I mean, they relatively been healthy last year. So if they can maintain that healthiness, being healthy, I think that bodes well for the Knicks this year, going down to the long haul.
And I think the reason why a lot too, like they were burned out. They got burned out, man. We played a lot. We didn't have the pieces, so Tom Thibodeau the staff had to do what they had to do. Now we got the pieces, so them guys don't got to play as much as they did last year. If everything pans out the way that we're predicting, and this team come out firing and everybody's doing what they got to do, why can't we win more than 50 games? Proof in the pudding. Especially if the less play at the time they play, the more time these guys got to reserve their body, not to get injured that much. So I'm with you guys. 52-30, mark it down.
Yeah, Kemba. Like, I think Fournier's already slept on. You know, he's going to have a huge.
Right.
He can do things for the offense that Reggie just didn't do, and that I don't think that's been talked about enough because Fournier is not just someone who shoots. You know, he ball handles, he drives, kicks, take the load off of Julius. He's a 40+ shooter as well, and with that, you know, if Kemba comes in and is able to play 65 games, then look out. You know, we're going to be a huge problem.
Yep. Yeah. I want to see what they do against us. I think I want to see what the people going to do against them. That starting 5. I already know the bench. Like, I just think that's a problem. You got that many shooters around the perimeter like that. That's you know, I'm not saying they level, but he got 3 dudes on that perimeter shooting 40%. That's dangerous, bro. 40%, 3 of them shooting 40, and one only a couple of points away from 40, but he might shoot it this year because he's in New York. Kemba Walker might hit 40 this year. Now he's playing on a team that they put the emphasis on shooting the ball good. And we didn't shoot a lot of 3 points last year, but we was one of the higher teams in percentage.
Yeah,
makes. You know what I mean? So our makes was good last year. But we just didn't shoot a lot of them. Now with our offense, I think our offense was low in the league, but that to me, that's just because who we had on the team. But now I don't think our offense will be 22nd this year. I think we'd be in the top 15. Easy.
And guess what? That second team could do what the third team do. They got 4 perimeter shoot. D Rose.
Yeah.
Can shoot. Quickley can shoot. Burks can shoot. Toppin can shout. They can mimic the first team if that's what the starting 5 is going to be in the second 5 is going to be. But you know that's what we predict and that's what we're going to go with. But man, just imagine them. You know, this team might shoot up 43s per game. Imagine they make half them threes.
Yeah, I hope. That's one thing I was saying. We need to shoot more threes because we shot really well and now we have even better shooting. So you know, just
that's crazy.
Yeah. Let me ask you a question. I'm trying to figure out why I hear a lot of creators and people. It seems like they may think we might be over optimistic, but to me, I'm just looking at what I see. You know what I mean? I really go off of what I see. You know, and it seems like we just seem like Knicks players cannot get that fair shake. When give credit when credit is due. If you're good, you're good. You know what I mean? But if it would seem like we always have a seed of doubt. If some fans do, they always had that seed of doubt. But I don't got no doubt about this team, man. Not after what they did last year. And with everything that happened since then, everything haven't been positive. The offseason been positive. The draft was positive. Free agency was positive. It seems like everything is going in a positive direction. So that's why you can't speak negative about nothing if it ain't nothing negative to speak about. You know what I mean? So and I just try to keep it real. Like there's a lot of positive things happening in New York, man. And you can't be mad at that. You know what I mean? I just think that everything is going pretty well right now.
Hey, Devon and CT, to your point, Devon, I think that everybody that has a Knicks platform and that's real, they're real fans. They're real fans. Not to say that these people are not real fans, but to create a content on a logo that's been forever, people don't give respect to all the Knicks content creators that we are really real friends that follow. We don't have to do this. We do it because we're real fans. Look, we've been on the show for 2 hours and 45 minutes talking about the Knicks.
Right.
And none of us is getting paid to do this. So it's just passion. So, for people that think that we being too optimistic, hey man, we Knicks fans. We're supposed to. If not, get yourself on a podcast and talk about your favorite team. This is what we do. So salute to all the Knicks content creators, especially you two out there, CT and Devon. Like I said, you guys, I never even did this before, like as far as creating content. I do events for a living, but I just like my Knicks. So I thank you, Devon, for giving me the opportunity to come on your platform and just talk Knicks. CT, the same thing with you, my brother. This is a family that's growing. We're gonna keep growing both the Knicks Real Talk TV, the Streets is Budging, Queens Court, BX Jedi. Like I'm going on people that I see that's constantly on here, Shy Powers. Everybody I see in the chat every week, Ali Wise. It's a lot of people out here that's here every single week on a Wednesday or a Friday night or a Saturday. So we just have to keep this buzz going. Hit the like, share, do what you do. Hey, Devon, promote it first. I always promote my brother.
Yes, sir. Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, man. I'm excited about the journey, and like I said, you're right, man. We are fans. We are just dedicated sport fans. We are part of one of the #1 franchises as far as fan base in the country, in the world. The Knicks are all over the place. I mean, my man CT live in Australia. The Knicks is all over the place. Andy, my man in Poland. You got people in France. The Knicks logo is New York. It's New York. You know what I mean? And you just gotta bear witness. New York is New York. Well, I don't care if you're from Georgia, this and that. New York to America is what Africa is to over there. It's that serious. You know what I mean? It's the epicenter of the United States, and to me, Africa is the epicenter of the universe, basically. So what I'm saying is that Knicks fans, we everywhere, man. We move, we relocate, we move over, we move to another state, we move to another country, but we still come from that. We still Knicks fans. You know what I mean? And I think that for us to be able to share this content with all these great platforms, and there's different platforms out there. And I try to tell everybody this here: it's different strokes for different folks. You might not like what might be on my platform, but there's other platform that you might like what they do. Mine might be too structured for some people. Some people want to have a platform where you can get in there and just run amok. Well, that's just not this platform. So it might not be for you. But one thing that we all are doing, we all spitting Knicks content though. You know what I mean? So we just trying to, like I said, you might put ketchup and mustard on your hamburger. Somebody might put something else on a hamburger. Just different. Everybody got different ways to express what they feel about the Knicks. But long as they come down to facts, no hyperbole, no propaganda, I'm good. You know what I mean? We could talk about, but when you start spitting all that old crazy mess, and I ain't trying to hear all that. They ain't got nothing to do with the boys on the court balling. I don't want to hear about his girlfriend, but they ain't got nothing to do with his jump shot. So I try to keep it Knicks centric. I try to keep it about the Knicks and what the team is doing. Cause I'm not trying to get out here and argue with nobody and start acting a fool. I ain't trying to go through all that. No, we talking New York Knicks basketball, and I'm not gonna act crazy over no basketball. I ain't gonna get on YouTube and make myself look like a fool arguing about somebody about a jump shot. Don't pay my bills. But what I do love to do is get on here and talk about the love that it brings to this community. We got a strong community in here. the chat, they know what's popping, and everybody on the other platform, and all these great content creators out there. MBK, his whole network. My man Sim, my brother down there, Queens Court, like you said, everybody, man. I wish I could name them all, but I can't. But whoever doing it, just don't hate on the next person. Let everybody eat. It's all good. We're talking Knicks. We all talking Knicks, and like we ain't no reason for nobody to go on another platform like his platform suck or his platform. Nah.
Wow.
If you don't like what's on a platform, don't knock it. Just don't listen to it. That's all. You know what I mean? And if you like it, then you represent it. But let's talk Knicks, man. This is about the New York Knicks, man. That's all it's about. So I try to do it like that, man. I try to keep it 100 with everybody on this platform, and it's real talk. I ain't coming with no hyperbole. I ain't trying to run no propaganda. Say that for Fox News and all these, the New York Post and all these inquirers. Not here. And we talk about New York Knicks, man. That's it. You know what I mean? And that's why I like being a part of the family, man. And I just want to get that out there and let y'all know what Knicks Real Talk is about. I'm just about loving Knicks, man. I'm a fan. I'm a big fan, and this is from a fan for the fans. You know what I mean? We got it popping. CC, KJ, CT, BX and everybody, man. I love you. Got a chat. My brothers and sisters that being there. I appreciate y'all. Because without y'all, it ain't even no Knicks Real Talk. It just ain't. You know what I mean? It ain't no Knicks Real Talk without your brothers and sisters. So, we do this for the love of it, man. That's it. But at the end of the day, it don't pay our bills. So we should never disrespect or treat nobody a certain way because it don't pay your bills. Ain't no need for you to go through all that for somebody that ain't really doing nothing for you. So, it's all good, man. But listen, let me let y'all get some last words about our team, man. Then to the next round, and you just give me some thoughts, man. Your guys' thoughts, CT and K, and then we get up out of here.
Yeah, I'll let KJ go.
Hey, it's a question in the chat for all of us from Be Civilized. I'm not sure y'all seen it. He says, "Who do we think most would benefit from Kemba this upcoming season?"
Let me answer. That's a good one. Who would benefit from Kemba the most this season? Wow, I think the whole starting five will. I just think that Mitchell Robinson, especially. Because he's a penetrating guard who can make the defense keep the defense honest. So and then being that he don't create his own shot, I'm going to say Mitchell Robinson.
I got to say Barrett because I think he likes to sit out and get the catch and shoot, and Kemba will take a lot of the load off the scoring that Barrett had to do, and I think Peyton used to never pass to Barrett, You used to ignore him all the time. Now we have an unselfish guard.
Right. And I would say Randall.
Okay.
Just because for Randall, to me, he hasn't really played with a point guard in New York yet, except Derrick Rose. But to start with, definitely Randall. Definitely Randall. I would say Fournier's already been with him already. So Fournier is going to benefit. Like anybody, like you can pass to anybody. We know Mitch is there for the lob, so I'm going with Randall.
That's a good problem to have, man. You see, good day, Be Civilized. Great question, man. Way to put that out there because we haven't had a point guard that you have to constantly think about like that. Think about it. You got to think about this dude when he got the ball that he can give it to you. You know what I mean? And I just think that's so impressive to have a guy like that, man, you got to worry about him when he got the basketball. You didn't worry about Alpha Payton.
Nope.
And I ain't knocking Alpha Payton. It's just that his style of basketball didn't fit what the Knicks do. And because of his poor 3-point shooting, it caused a lot of things not to work for us. But having somebody like Kemba Walker who could do what he do, man, that's pretty good. So, yeah, you got RJ, and you got Randall and CT, you got RJ, and I said Mitch. That's awesome. If he can make it,
everyone, it's going to impact everyone.
Right. Yeah. That's why I said the whole team. It's like if we got effect on all them guys, we good, bro. We good. Man.
We didn't even touch on the hunger factor. Like he's coming home. Like you think how motivated he's going to be coming into the Garden, a place that he's rocked out his whole career. Now he gets to wear the home jersey.
Very good point, CT. Wow.
Man, that first announcement, that's going to be bigger might be as big as Melo's announcement. What do you think?
I agree. I agree, man. I think, you know what? He's gonna get the same Melo treatment. Melo won one for Syracuse, local boy. That boy won for UConn. You know, Rice High School. You know, I mean, they gonna love it. Oh man, that's why I said I wish my man who called that Big East game against Pitt be in the building. So Kemba Walker hit somebody with a setback, cardiac Kemba, just let it ride, and I'm good. I'm good.
You'll be there against Boston.
Man,
You'll be
I'll be right
Knicks
there.
Real Talk in the building.
In the building, man. I'll be representing us for sure, guys. I might have to get the banner and swing it up there for y'all can make sure y'all get a popping. And I'm gonna have Knicks Real Talk. Salute to the family, salute to the chat on the banner, and salute to I'm gonna have it on there and I'm gonna put it right up there, brother.
What are you gonna wear? Like the Kemba jersey or?
I think I'm just gonna roll with I might throw on I got a pair of Ewans I never wore. I got a Ewan jacket I never wore. Still got the tags on them. So I might roll up with the Ewan jacket, the Ewans on, brand new white, never wore them. They got the tags on both of them, and just throw on some gear, man, and throw on some go on the Knicks Real Talk gear, man. Go up in there and represent, man. I'm looking forward to it. I really am, man.
You going with these Divine?
That's what I'm talking about. I got the all white joints, the old man.
White and orange.
We have white and orange. All white.
Man.
Never worn, man. I'm gonna throw them up on that piece. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it, man. I'm psyched, man. I'm psyched about that season. Like I said, I'll be back there on the 14th of December on my birthday against the Golden State Warriors. I'm gonna be up in the building then too. And,
I'll look out for you. The cleanest dude in the crowd, you know.
Yeah, I'm gonna have that the white sneakers and the white jacket. I'm wearing it, man. It's old school, but you know what? It's original, and I'm an original guy. So
we did Knicks Real Talk meetup, man, at the Garden, man. We need to have a Knicks Real Talk meetup.
Hey, you know what? I'm gonna tell you what we need to do. When the Knicks get to the playoffs, that's when everybody in the chat listen. Start saving $5 here, $20 there. By the time the season's up next year, you have $1,000. That go your bucket list trip to the playoff. We all get together and wild out. There you go.
That'd be nice right there.
Say $20 a week or whatever, or $25 a month by next year. Playoff time, you gotta have you about 7.
And look, the ticket prices now for New York, boy. They with 29 national games, boy. Woo.
Yeah. It's gonna be something. 29 national games. Blue and orange in the building all every other week. And like I said, I got the MSG joint popping off down here, so I get to hear. Like I said, I'm an 82 gamer. I watch all 82 games. I don't miss it. The Knicks in here is a way of like put on a pair of sneakers to me. It's a way of life.
Yeah.
It's a way of life. Since I was 8 years old, man, it's a way of life. Knicks is a part of my schedule. It really is. And through October to April, my wife already know.
Right.
Every night.
Yeah.
How do you guys get down watching it on TV? Do you have the local feed, or do you have League Pass, or?
I got League Pass. I got MSG because on my cable I ordered MSG. So I get to hear Clyde and Bream all year. Yeah.
Right. Mm-hmm. Sometimes when it's a national game, sometimes I switch back and forth, but I like listening to Clyde. I'm so used to listening to Clyde, I go right to MSG channel.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't hesitate that.
Yeah. And me too.
Yeah, TNT did a good job here, but for the Knicks, but nah.
Because down overseas, I don't get any blackout. I can do MSG every game.
Right.
Unless it's national only.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I subscribe to the full League Pass. No timeouts, no nothing. I get the Garden Vision feed basically. So if there's a timeout, I get to see what's going on still.
Oh, that's awesome. So I don't think mine because of commercials. Yeah,
I need that, right? Divine, I want to see the Garden Vision now.
Right. Yeah. That's interesting, man. I'm an 82 gamer. I'm here, man. That like I said, that's part of me. Since I was 8 years old, that just just been part of me. You know what I mean? And so you got to pencil it into your life schedule. For me, I'm like, that's all I do. You know what I mean? Like I said, I don't ask for too much, but just make sure, honey, when September, October comes, you already know what it is.
Listen, sometimes I watch the game and I go back and watch the replay, and then still watch it. Especially if they win, I watch it again on Sports Center.
Mm-hmm.
It was unbelievable. It's unbelievable.
You wouldn't believe some of the lengths I go because the games are in like middle of the day here. So if I'm at work, I've got something covering the screen. Got to go somewhere quiet. In the fourth quarter. Otherwise,
Yeah, you're right. See, I didn't even think about that, man. Wow. What's your time? What's the time difference from over there, from United States to Australia?
It's like a plus 11 hours right now. So, usually about half a day ahead.
Wow.
Yep.
The weekend games I love because I just Friday, Saturday night your time is Saturday middle of the day, Sunday middle of the day. So I just order food, sit in, watch it live.
Right.
The weekdays, like I said, if I'm at work, I'll try and skim watch the first three quarters. Then when it comes to the fourth quarter, I'll go somewhere quiet.
That's amazing.
But the one thing I hate is the matinee games because that's about 3-4 a.m. my time. So
yeah,
I don't get much sleep.
Have you ever got to America and watched the game?
Yeah. All the games I've been were in the Staples Center in LA.
Okay, because of the time difference, right? Oh, okay.
Yeah, I was there because I got some friends living in LA. So I was there last season, last year, 2020, March, just before COVID hit.
Mm-hmm.
I had to fly back, but I was there to see the LA and the Clippers game. That was the 1920 season.
Wow.
And then 2017, I went to see the Clippers there, and I was about to fly to New York, but there was a blizzard in 2017. So that was when D Rose was with us as well. So I missed out on that one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I can't wait to go to the Garden. It'll be a dream come true. And,
you got to make that happen, man, for sure. We got to find a way to make that happen. And I know KJ, but a housekeeper in Junction. I used to live in Irvington, so I understand it.
Lincoln Tunnel, baby, we did. I don't take the train. I drive to the games.
Okay, really?
Because you know how Divine, you take that train, you gotta wait. I'll go pay the $40 to park. That's when people don't understand. You come in New York City, drive, don't park on the street.
Right.
Pay the $40 to park for 24 hours and go enjoy yourself, man.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I think I'm gonna take the train from down here from North Carolina on the 20th. I think I'm gonna take the Amtrak from here to New York. Just take a nice train ride for a day.
Really?
I gotta get in the Bookman Westgate timeshare, probably stay there a night or two, and then get on back up, round trip ticket, and come on home. But I'm gonna be up in the building though. That's for sure. I'm gonna be up in the building, man. I'm looking forward to that, man. I am looking forward to that. This probably make my year. I mean, thanks to Sim and BK for getting the tickets popping, man, getting this thing going. Thanks to you, Sim. I get to see my first Knicks game in a long time, man. So salute to NBK and the Power Father and Sim for keeping us giving us an opportunity to go down there and watch that game. I'm looking forward to it, man. I really am.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm really.
Yeah, that building's gonna be on fire.
Mm-hmm.
With Kemba, with everything, Boston. That's a good matchup.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Opening night. I'm really happy with the schedule. The first few games.
And don't forget, Fournier gonna go off too. I think Fournier gonna go off too that game. He Boston, so it's
Mm-hmm. Yes,
he got my team too.
I think we come out the gate. We win that one. I know Boston got their team, but I think we got this with a lot of other people got too. I don't see us too different than a lot of other teams out there when it comes to talent. We upgraded, bro, and we even through the draft we upgraded. That's crazy because. And listen, as much as I'm a Franklin Ntilikina fan, I think McBride got more burn before he would have because of what I seen.
Oh yeah,
and I think Frank was knocking down that three ball at a good clip the last year. He had a high percent, but he wasn't playing enough. But he couldn't get in the game. Him and Knoxum just couldn't play. They wasn't ready. Not that they was ready, but I just do think that you didn't pay them players, them guys, the free agents that you brought in here $5, $7, $8 million to sit on the bench. Knicks wasn't having that. So I just think that they lost out to that. But I do think Grimes and McBride and them and Jericho was an upgrade over Theo, Frank and them, not none of them guys, and Jerry Harper and all the guys. I think this group of rookies that came in this year, I think it's an upgrade over the rookies we had in the previous.
Right.
I do think that. So, and with Veldoza as well. So, you know, I think it's you know, it's for sure.
Look out, fellas! Look out for these workout videos. You know, I wouldn't be surprised if the guys are starting to gather early in New York and start doing some runs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like what, 3 weeks away till like media day.
Right.
Yeah, real quick, man. Yeah, that we mentioned that. Yo, salute. Happy birthday to Deuce McBride today, Latrell Sprewell. Salute to you cats, man. It's y'all birthday today, man. I forgot to put that out there. I'm glad y'all brought him up. But yo, happy birthday, Deuce McBride, Knicks Real Talk, Latrell Sprewell. You know what it is. Salute to you guys, man. Happy birthday, man, for sure.
Happy birthday. Right.
Yep. Yeah, man. But it's been fun, guys. I mean, we could do this all night long. That's what I'm saying. I'm good. I make my own, but I know the brother working what he doing right now. And I know KJ, you probably got to get up and do what you got to do.
Yeah.
Thanks for hanging there with us, man, and supporting us. And you know, I know we went off topic a little bit, but we try to keep it real up in here. Try to give y'all some good content, no matter what it is, man. But I appreciate it. Great show, man. Y'all got to give me your last words. CT, man, holla at me, man. Y'all already checked the streets of Butler. Listen, man, go and hit that. We had a show today. I was on CT show today. I appreciate you having me on, CT. Great show. Y'all can go look at the video, man. Like, subscribe, hit up the streets of Butler. He's gonna be doing his thing, man. And you know, we just gonna be regulars in each other's platform, man. Just talking Knicks, man. And like I said, we got KJ popping it up, and CT, man, holla at me, my brother.
Yeah, appreciate you, Divine, always, and you know, this platform, Knicks Real Talk, that you give us, and KJ, it's always a pleasure. You know, you're welcome to jump on and talk Knicks at any time. You guys are fam, as we know. You know, we all do this because we enjoy it. You know, we're ready to see this team win now. You know, bear the fruits of success. Couldn't be more excited, and I'm ready to continue to chop it up as the season goes. And you know, man, it's all love.
Facts, KJ.
Absolutely, man. Some great energy, great vibes as always. It's fam. I felt like I known y'all for years, man. We never, and the crazy thing, we all never met before. You know, we met through the internet. This is what it's about. This is how you form friendships. And Devon, I thank you, and I'm gonna keep thanking you for giving me the opportunity to go ahead and connect. This is what it's all about. And we 1 month away, man. We less than a month away to see what this team got. We Knicks fans. Hit that like button for Knicks Real Talk. Hit that like button for the streets is buzzing. And we'll be back on.
Yes, sir. Facts. Real quick, man. Salute to the chat. Will, be civilized, peace. Jerry Walker, thanks for hanging in. Will, again, like I said, salute to everybody, man. Allah wise, peace to the God. You already know what it is. Everybody, man. Thanks for coming on. Shy Powers, salute to you. Again, everybody, man. My man Mike Hugo was in the building. You know, Sha again, Uncle Fulio, thank you, my brother. We appreciate you. You already know. And everybody, man. D Ross, all the brothers, man, and sisters out there. And Chris, Woodward, thank you for coming in, sister. I'm glad to know that you're still out there. You're doing well. Keep grinding. Like you said, you've been working, you've been doing it, but I already know, man, this door is always open for y'all, man. Pudge, nice, my brother. Salute, P nice in the canal. Everybody, man, and if I didn't say your name, man, you know I'm thinking about you, and I appreciate you guys, man. And everybody out there watching on wherever you streaming in from, thank y'all for hanging in there and enjoying the show. Thank you to all the subscribers, man, and all everybody, man. This is one big happy family. And until the next episode, man, I'll see y'all cats on the other side. Y'all have a great Thursday, great Friday, great weekend, man, and stay safe. COVID-19 still out there. Protect yourself. Do what you got to do, and just be safe, man. And I see you, brothers and sisters, man. It's real good, man. Yo. Knicks Real Talk, the streets of Buzzing, KJ Events. We see y'all, brothers. Peace, man. Salute.
Salute.
Yo, salute. Knicks Real Talk, man. Divine. About to get out my grind, hop in the Black Knight. About to make it happen, man. Knicks Real Talk. We all over the place. About to get it popping. Divine, Bronx, Jedi, 7-6. The night show, the morning show. Knicks Real Talk, man. About to get in the Black Knight. Knicks Real Talk. Let's get it popping. We hopping like Toppin and the Jumpman brand. Ain't no stopping. Divine and Bronx out our 7 cities we live, from Facebook, Twitter to Twitch, and all that shit. We number uno, the promo that blow like nitro. Now the streets are buzzing, so we we flow. It's the night show, so spike them likes below. That thumbs up, run them up, then you double up, cause it's Nick's Real Talk, and we on the come up. We'll salute to the cats in the chat. That's where it's at. Now you place the chats, my pace at under space where our face is at. We lace these cats with news, notes, stats, game recap, and hyperbole, we straight facts. In fact, we say it lit like a candle throughout the handle on the panel. We violent, so subscribe to the channel. Nick's Real Talk. Nick's Real Talk.